Hi, everybody. How you doing? Good morning to all of you around the world. It's Stock Markets with Bruce. It's Uncle Bruce here. How you doing today? Welcome to Thursday, April the 29th. Woohoo! Coming up to the end of the month here in April. Thank you for joining me again for the final hour before we open trading here for Thursday and the first couple hours of trading. Nice to see you folks again. We're watching a number of stories as usual. We just came through a serious round of financings or financials, I guess, financial reports that were released last night. We saw Facebook, we saw Apple, eBay, others. The other day we had, of course, Microsoft come out and Google come out with their numbers, or Alphabet, I guess I should say. Tonight, I believe it's Amazon tonight, and who else was there? Somebody else is coming. We're waiting for it. I heard this morning McDonald's came out with numbers; they were good, and so we're just going to follow one after the other on the markets. We've got a ton of earnings coming out right now that the street is quite eager to get and follow. As far as the futures go, the markets like what they see. We've got the Dow futures up right now 143 points with about an hour to go. S&P futures up 29.5. That puts both of these indexes right around new record territory. I mean, we're just about there. NASDAQ futures up 146 points. So it looks like a very good opening at the moment. Oil up $1.10 to 64.98, or sorry, yeah, 64.98 a barrel. Very interesting. Just saw a headline break. U.S. GDP rose 6.4% in the first quarter versus a 6.5% expected. This is not bad news. Very good news. The U.S. economy is recovering nicely from the pandemic lockdowns, even though the U.S. economy is not yet firing on all cylinders. That is a good sign. This is another reason why we're seeing some record earnings from some of these companies out there. The 10-year note is running at 1.66 at the moment. But the market doesn't seem to be concerned with this interest rate bump at all. It doesn't seem to really worry about it. We'll see how interest rates continue with the kind of earnings coming out, and the GDP growing like it is, the economy growing like it is. Why would the market care for the interest rate in a 10-year to be at 1.66? It just doesn't matter. The Fed yesterday, the Federal Reserve made it painfully obvious that they are not interested in increasing U.S. interest rates. They're not going to back off from an easy monetary stance, which means, in plain English, there's a lot of cash in the system. Bonds will continue to be picked up by the Fed, freeing up cash to be relent and put back into the economy. So banks will be flush with cash. They won't be in a position where a client calls them up and says, I need a loan. And the bank goes, I can't lend you any money because I have no money to lend you. There's not enough money in the system. The banks are going, we have plenty of money in the system. What do you need a loan for? And whether it's just for payroll needs or for expansion needs, there's money available. Interest rates are low, are going to stay low. In Canada, they're talking about low interest rate policy like we have now for another 2 years, until 2024 in Canada, which means mortgage rates, to give you folks an idea, in the US and Europe and everywhere else, in Canada, we're looking at 5-year mortgage rates typically in the 2% neighborhood, 2 to 2.25%. So we get a 25-year mortgage with a 5-year term, 2 to 2.25%. Now, I know in the States, it's a bit higher than that, but not that much higher, around 3, I think, 3.25. I'd be curious to know if any of you would like to tell us what are the mortgage rates in Europe, for example. If you're watching me from Europe right now, welcome everybody from everywhere in the UK, from the EU, from Denmark, Netherlands, Germany, France, Belgium, Spain, Portugal, Italy. Tell me, what are your mortgage rates over there? If you're going to get a 25-year mortgage or a 20-year mortgage or 30-year mortgage, and you got a 5-year term, what would your mortgage rates be approximately in this in the U.S.? Those of you in the U.S., let me know in the U.S. What are your what are your mortgage rates? What are you kind of getting these days? What are you being offered? I'd like to know. Same thing in Australia. Anyone down there? Anyone in New Zealand tonight? Anyone in Asia? Let me know what your mortgage rates are if you have, if you know. Be kind of curious to know what the global rates really are for the real world. Here we go. We have a UK 1.39% interest rate for mortgages. NCA rate in the USA like under 2%. In the UK, we have 1 to 1.5% interest rates. Australia cash rate 0.5%, lowest in 40 years. Eddie 2%. Good morning, everybody. How you guys doing? Nice to see you. Oscar, Mexico 7.9 to 10%. Jersey Todd 30-year 2.7, 15-year 1.8. 2% in the USA. Mike Cage was free. Let's see. What else have we got here? 30-year mortgage, 299 from last summer in the US, 1.3 for the Bank of Scotland. This is what I'm talking about. We're talking cheap mortgages. I know in Canada we've heard as low as 1.6, 1.7. I mean, on average. There's the odd special. There's the odd, shocking headline. Oh, we can get a mortgage for this or that. But the reality is most people are in the 1.5 to 2.5% range in Canada. And with inflation at 3%, you know what this is? It's free money. It is free money because inflation alone is higher than the mortgage to be locked in. And I don't know about you guys, but my hunch is the direction of inflation is going one way and one way only between now and 5 years from now. It'll go higher. It's not going to go to zero. I don't think so. I think inflation will go higher rather than lower, but we'll see what's going on. We just did a refi, 2.75. I thought I got a steal in the USA, and that historically is cheap money. It really is. If you didn't get a half a point better, don't worry about it. It is such an inconsequential amount of money in the big picture, because remember, you're borrowing money on real estate, and real estate is rising in value. And this is where you get the big payoff. You've got the zero inflation rate interest money. You're not even paying inflation for the money you're borrowing, and your asset is rising in value faster than inflation. So there's your deal, and way to go. I live in a van down by the river, so I was thinking. So I don't know what my rate is there. USA 10-year 2.1, 30-year 3.1. UK 1.14, just fabulous. That there's no inflation that low. I mean, that is less than inflation. You're making money borrowing money. It's ridiculous. There are people out there. There are people who watch my show who ask me what to do. I have these one-on-one consultations every Saturday and Sunday. And people ask me, what do you think? Blah blah blah. Here's my situation. I'm this old. We're working. We're not working. We have kids. We don't have kids. They've grown up or whatever. What do how do we maximize what we're doing? And I've talked to some folks out there, depending on the country you live in, borrow money on your house at these rates, and throw your money into a allowable pension fund that allows you to grow your money tax free. and just throw it in there. Throw in as much as you can for yourself, your spouse, and buy something as plain Jane as IBM, and take a 4.5% yield on the stock, the dividend money, and let the capital gain take you to a higher level as well, and pay 1.5 to 3% interest on it. If that, I mean, you're paying maybe 2% interest on the outside world to gain 4% interest in a tax-free RRSP in Canada, for example, or a 401k or a Roth IRA, whatever you have in your country, wherever you are. You got to talk to your tax specialist about it. In some cases, the interest you pay on your mortgage is a write-off. Some cases, it's not. Some cases, you can arrange a line of credit with your banker where the interest rate you are paying, the interest you're paying, is actually a cost of investing. And that is a deduction, a legitimate deduction. So you're getting a deduction for the money you're paying the banker, the interest, while you're making your return tax-free inside a sheltered plan. And that is compounding the gains to you. And you think about that for like a 10-year time frame, where if you can just make an interest payment you take a second mortgage, or you take a line of credit against your house equity, or whatever you want to call it. If you can write the interest off 1.5 to 3% off your income, and reduce your tax bill, and take a 4.5% net yield on your stock, good move, man. That is a really good move. And over 1 year doesn't sound like much, but over 10 years, it is a ton. And it's a question of how much you can put in there. It's really, really can be exciting. Christian Velasquez, Christian, welcome. CV is in the house. And thank you for joining this channel as a new member. I really appreciate it. Nice to have you here. Good morning, and thank you, all of you, for coming by. Welcome, Christian. Everyone's welcoming you in there now. You get to use the emojis and hang out with us. And keep an eye on your alerts. Make sure you allow alerts to come to your phone or whatever you're using. That every once in a while I will do an update on some of the stocks we're following, or I'll have a new stock for you to watch. Members get alerts automatically first before I go to the live show for everybody else. And so make sure you become a member, and you'll be given alerts every time something new is coming up, because there's always something going on. It's unbelievable. So Bruce, you're saying that all this means I should buy more GameStop. That's right. You got to buy more GameStop. Alrighty. Interest rates are going to stay low for years. The European community, the UK, Canada, the USA, Japan, South Korea, Australia, New Zealand. I mean, all the leading G20 countries are going to continue to have a low interest rate policy, because they want cash flow to continue to move along. They want jobs created. They want people employed, because if you have people employed and busy, they haven't got time to brood at home and get upset and get frustrated with society as a whole. And it's just a better world when we're busy with what we're trying to do and build our lives and grow our families and, look after our kids and all those good things. So yes, housing prices, even in Creston, have gone up in the last year and a half dramatically. It has been really interesting to watch how around here where I live, prices have gone up at least 30 to 40% in the last year in general. There were homes in this area that used to sell in the high 200,000 range, the low 300,000 range, which for here was normal. Now we're looking in the high 300s and the mid 400s, and still cheap compared to the rest of this country. In Canada, especially Vancouver or Toronto, are two big markets where the average housing prices are well over $1 million for a detached home, well over $1 million. Here in Creston, I mean, they're so cheap. We have people who move here from the Vancouver area, and they sell their house in Vancouver for $1.2 million, pay off their banker for $400,000-$600,000 in mortgage payments, and they have $500,000-$700,000 cash. They show up in this town, and they go, "Whoa, the house we had in Vancouver, we can replace here, the exact same kind of place, for $400,000 all in. But if we want to go up to 700, we have 700,000. We want to buy $700,000 house in Creston. We got double the footage. We got a whole different kind of house than we used to have in Vancouver. And so there are folks moving into the interior of British Columbia who are retiring or semi-retiring because they have so much wealth generated from their real estate back in Vancouver. They come here, buy a house at a third the price, and they bank a bunch of cash, and they're now beginning to live off of that money along with a pension and whatever they're doing. Or they're becoming part-time workers at home, again, the gig economy, and they're living off of investments that their cash is generating for them. They're maximizing their tax-free savings and everything they can, making some part-time money as a part-time gig worker from the house, and enjoying life. And way to go, I say. Yes, that is exactly what one wants to do. Less stress, just buy GameStop. There you have it. So there you go. By the way, I was able to join on my iPhone. And Christian, I'm so glad to hear this. I know that on the top of my discussion thing over here, I've put in the link up there. I really hope it's working for you folks, because I was getting so many of you asking me, Bruce, I don't know how to join your channel. I want to become a member badly, but I can't figure this thing out. And I'm hoping this is working for you, so I'm crossing my fingers. Thank you, everybody, for considering to join this channel as a member. All right, the Dow up 150 points with about 45 minutes to go. before we start trading. It's looking like a good opening. The S&P 500 up 29 points, NASDAQ up 152. So we've got a good sign happening here. GameStop right now, 177.93 at the moment. We're on the 178 mark. We were at the 176 area when we're now 178, just under 65 cents below the close last night. There is no official news out there that I'm aware of on GameStop at this point yet. We are awaiting, obviously, major developments in GameStop, one of which, of course, is an announcement of a new CEO. We're waiting for that, and we're waiting to see what happens. All right. What else is going on here? Upgrades about different stocks. Last night we were watching, if you were with me after the close last evening, we were watching Apple and Facebook and other stocks as they were releasing their financials for their latest quarters. And Apple and Facebook hit the cover off the ball. They did extremely well. They hit home runs. Facebook shares were the big winners last night without any doubt whatsoever. Facebook shares were absolutely the big winners last night. The shares of Facebook were up substantially. Let me take a peek here right now. What we got right now for Facebook? They're right at the moment in the pre-market. They're trading at $332.42. That's up $25 a share, or 8.2% for Facebook. They had been in this 315 range, 310, 315 range. Phenomenal numbers. They really hit some really high metrics on their earnings. There are all kinds of upgrades going on, even though the stock is right now at 332 in the pre-market. Susquehanna has raised their target from 375 to 425 for Facebook. Mizzou has gone from 350 to 400. Montes, I believe it is Monez, 375 to $460 on Facebook. $460 price target on Facebook. 360 to 415 by Raymond James. So those are 4 analysts right there, 4 firms. They've all upped their price targets for Facebook shares from 400 to 415 to 425 to 460. The stock, even with a $25 gain, is at 332. And this stock has been on my favorites list now since I started it. And I think I was talking about this stock in the high 200s. And so it is firing on all cylinders. Over on Apple, there is positive numbers on Apple, phenomenally positive on Apple. Trading right now in the pre-market at $137 a share. We're sitting on 2.3 million volume in the pre-market. We had, I think, 15 plus million last night, if not more, in the post-market. 137 is where it's at right now, up 341. Not the high of the year yet, but getting closer. But price targets for Apple have been adjusted higher as well. At Wedbush, they've gone from 175 a share to 185. That's almost $50 higher than where we're trading at. Citigroup is saying 150 up to 170 now for a price target on Apple. Monez 170 to 180. And at Raymond James, from 160 to 185. So the upper targets are now 170, 180, and 185 from some of the largest firms out there. Again, Apple, you'd be looking at a $50 gain from here. Apple's been on my buy list, my favorites list all along. And I've been calling easily for the shares to reach 150 in no time. That's only $13 away. That will be new high territory. But do not be surprised by the end of the year. Between now and the end of the year, these shares will break 175, 180. And that's a $40, $50, $45 gain. So, if you have equity in your house and you're in Canada and you're allowed to put in a whack of money into your RRSP, or your TFSA, you may want to consider buying something like this as a conservative investment for your retirement, depending on your age, and riding this wave or splitting this between Apple and Facebook and hanging on. Now, we did see yesterday Microsoft come out with record numbers as well, but the shares not do as well. They were under pressure. They didn't perform. They were under water a little bit. They were down about $7-8 a share. I'm not even worried one lick about that. I would absolutely consider Microsoft as one of the big three tech giants to consider getting into. The Microsoft shares, let's see, Microsoft, SFT, I believe is their symbol. 255.57 right now, up $1 in the early market morning here. They were as high this year as 263, so they're $8 from their all-time high. This is hardly a sell-off. The company's trading at 37.9 times PE multiple, but going forward on forward PE, I think they're under 30. And so this is a deal. The company is firing on all kinds of cylinders, including cloud computing. Microsoft has been upgraded as well. Wedbush up to 310. Mizu upgraded to 285, and JP Morgan up to 270. So even a conservative JP Morgan is $15 higher. Mizu at 285, and then Wedbush 310. So do not be surprised if Microsoft continues to set new high records, high prices for their shares as time goes on. And of course, we all heard about Google the other day. Phenomenal numbers. Of course, they own and run YouTube, which I'm kind of employed by as a self-employed guy. And their targets have been raised dramatically as well, from anywhere from 2,500 to 3,000 a share. And they have had a phenomenal run. The Google shares, let me see if I can get this to work like this. Google 23.79, 23.92 on the pre-market, up $12 this morning. They did touch 24.52 yesterday at one point. Right now, 23.92, and they too are firing on all cylinders. So we are watching these big companies in corporate America absolutely deliver phenomenal returns. All of these companies are pretty well going to very likely increase their stock buybacks. I know Apple, for a fact, is now dedicating $90 billion to buy their stock back, or in stock buyback programs. That's $7.5 billion a month. That is a ton of money, guys. It's just mind-numbing to think about how much money a month they're prepared to buy their own stock back, when we're talking about GameStop worth about $11-12 billion market cap, and Apple is buying $7.5 billion a month of their own stock back. So I kind of put it in perspective. How big is Apple? It's really big. It's a really big company, and they're incredibly profitable, and they are on a real roll here. So wow, unbelievable. Brandon, thank you, Brandon Collins, for joining the channel as a member. I just see your name popping up here. Beautiful. Thank you so much for coming on board, joining a bunch of us over here. There's a good group of people here that are with us. A lot of solid people from around the world, and we have. I think we're having one of the best. This is probably the best month I've had in the last month or 2 months to attract female viewers and female members. I am so excited. I'm so grateful. I'm doing my best to behave myself as a male YouTuber. It's not easy, but the gals, you are so welcome here. I'm so grateful when you join us. I also really find it gratifying when I have one-on-one sessions with my female viewers on Saturdays and Sundays, because so many of them have nowhere to go to get advice and just overall thoughts on investing, and they enjoy my perspective over 40 years of being in the business. And I'm honored that you would consider me for a 1 hour session on the weekends to help you figure out, where you're at and where you could be going. It is really great. And ladies, you just keep it going. Thank you. Welcome aboard to this YouTuber's channel. You're more than welcome to be here. We are desperately trying to run a PG rated channel at all times, and I appreciate all of you coming by and hanging out with us. Thank you, Janet. I love you too. Like I say, it's tremendous, guys. Thank you so much, Krista. Great advice. It's just going up. Just buy it. There's no assurance another dip is coming. Olivia, Bruce, thank you for welcoming the ladies. Again, I don't do it often enough. I forget. If I in any way make anyone, if any of you would take exception to something I'm saying, I apologize if it's probably because I don't know any better, or it's a slip of the tongue, or it is just I am so under pressure with what's happening in the markets at all times to just update you in plain English what's going on, because there's a lot happening, and there are times where I will forget to acknowledge someone or anything I'm doing wrong. So again, I thank you for your tolerance, your patience, your kind words, your best wishes, and I of course pass them all back to you. All my best wishes to all of you. Thank you for being here. This is tremendous. I love having you here. I'm hoping that we get news very shortly from GameStop corporately to update us on their executive search results and so on. But I will cut them all the slack they need to do what they have to do. I'm hoping they find the right candidate and they take this company to another level, blow us away with the CEO person. And let's see who's going to be the official spokesman for the company going forward. There is so much news to be absorbed by us from the GameStop people. I am certain that Mr. Cohen has notes everywhere, stuff, the to-do list that he has, I'm sure, is a mile long. And you don't see him sitting around at a beach somewhere and relaxing. This guy is busy with his people, and I think the new board coming together and the new direction this company's headed, I think we're going to be very happy, I think, with how everything's going at GameStop. But the waiting is the hardest part. We have to hang around and stick it out. So there you go. Thanks, Uncle B. Jane, thank you. Jack, I was saying welcome to Brandon. Good morning, everybody, from Kevin. Marianne is here. Tony, good luck. Casey, I've got my coffee. Thumbs up button is hit already. Sitting on my phone books, listening to Uncle Bruce talk. Any significant with tomorrow, end of the month to pay attention to? Well, I think, really, we're just going to review where we're at and where we're headed. The world economy is poised for a major buildup or major blowout. But the world economy is also, as far as the entire planet is concerned, people are keeping an eye on India and the COVID numbers. And, we're all hoping for the case counts to drop. But we're also being mindful that we're not done yet, not by a long shot. And so we're watching everything. Cruise news, by the way. There could be some good news on the cruise front. The CDC is indicating that it is possible. It's possible. There might be sailings allowed out of the United States ports as early as July of this year. Now, my hunch is it's going to be highly restricted with respect to how many people on a ship. Percentage-wise, it might be like half only. Very high, if not complete, compliance with vaccines. That people have to be inoculated and they can prove it. So that takes the anti-vaxxers out of the cruising game. I don't know where ships will be allowed to go. I don't know how long cruises will be allowed for. The rumor is 7 days or less. There will be certain Caribbean countries that might be on the allowed list or not allowed list from U.S. ports and back. We'll have to wait for that. Certain ports may be off limits to cruise ships that begin or end their cruises in the United States. There's all kinds of stuff to still be figured out. But the rumor has it, and the indications are that maybe by July we start, and maybe by September, October, we gear it up. But kids, I just have a feeling that this could be kiboshed at any time. That's kind of what I'm wondering too, that this might be, it sounds good now, but it might not last much longer. And we're going to watch this closely. Travis Cameron, welcome, Travis Cameron, new member to the channel. I think that's 3 today, 3 already. Thank you. 3 in 29 minutes. Thank you so much for becoming part of this family. Love to have you here. And again, all of you Thank you, all of you who welcome the new members as well. Like Rabbit, you guys are tremendous. Make the new members feel immediately welcome here. That's what it's all about on this channel. It's the Uncle Bruce family, and hanging out with Uncle Bruce and Auntie Jen, trying to figure out what's going on in the markets in plain English. So good news on the cruise lines. They are up right now on the pre-markets. But I did notice this morning that Royal Caribbean announcing their first quarter financials. So they're kind of giving indications. They have lost another billion plus, 1.5 billion in the first quarter officially. Virtually no income coming in. They're burning over 300 million a month. That's 10 million a day is evaporating from the bank account of Royal Caribbean every day, and will continue to do so until at least July or August. Because remember, folks, you might be allowed to start sailing again, but in order to sail, you've got to get your cruise line up and running. You've got to get your staff back going. You got to open your offices. You got to spend a pile of cash to get up and operational again, and that means more than 300 million a month will start going out the door for about 6 months to just operate, get back up and running again. And so for Royal Caribbean, they're going to burn off in the next 6 months $2.5 billion more. And most of their passengers, remember, most of their passengers for the next 2 years likely will be those that they owe cruises to. There are IOUs for every cruise line into the millions, into the tens of millions of passengers. How many people out there took future cruise credits a year ago in April thinking, oh, it's only 3 months and then I'll get on a cruise in the fall. I'll go then. Didn't happen. It got forwarded. The cruise lines are on the hook for tens of billions of dollars of cruises that they will not get any fresh cash for. The only fresh cash they're going to get from those passengers are in the casino, drinking, although a lot of them are getting drink packages thrown in just to come on back, Wi-Fi packages perhaps, and other onboard spending, and perhaps some onshore money. But onshore money may be very restricted because the CDC will say, possibly, yeah, you can sail, but you cannot disembark people in this country or this country or this country. You have to keep them on the ship. Or you can only go to Coco Key, your private island, and it's a 6-hour stay and then get off. You cannot go to downtown Nassau, or you cannot go to Freeport, or you can't go to this city in this country. I mean, there could be so many restrictions that the cruise ships will basically start in Florida somewhere, go out for 4 days to their private resort island only after maybe the second day, and then have 1 or 2 more days at sea, and then come back. And that means the cruise lines will not make extra money from shore excursions. And this is big cash. These are huge commissions. It's not uncommon for passengers to pay, say, $80 each for a 6-hour outing or a 4-hour outing. And half of that is cruise ship commissions. Easy half. They're not going to get much of that this year. So for 2021, I don't expect any cruise line to even break even, nowhere near break even. And for 2022, they'll be lucky to break even in 2022. All the cruise lines, they'll be thrilled that they actually did break even in 2022. It won't be until 2023 that they will have enough new passengers who are going to pay cash to get on a ship and shore excursions again and everything else. And this, of course, is assuming the big assumption everything's going back to normal. Is it? Will it? Can it? That's the catch. So lots to worry about, wonder about. Anyway, that's what I have for you on the cruise line news. But I know that cruisers are excited, and why wouldn't they be? This is the best news we've had coming out of the cruise ship business for a long time, that maybe, possibly, the light at the end of the tunnel is just in front of us. We're almost there. Yeah, let's hope for the best. All right. I know airlines are gearing up. Delta wants to hire more pilots to get ready. I believe a few other airlines have started putting out notices to their cabin crew and ground crew. We need you. We've got to get you back in here. And of course, the vaccine rollout continues, and Americans are definitely leading the world right now with regards to as far as the G20 countries go to getting inoculated. It's fantastic news. It's absolutely a phenomenally good thing that America is on a roll with the vaccine rollouts. Here in Canada, we're envious, and we're just so pleased. I'll just say as an observer of America from over here, I'm kind of going, it's about time that America is leading the world again the way they should and can. And this vaccine rollout, this is great, man. This shows American know-how, ingenuity, drive, and commitment. The money is there. The vaccines are there. Now it's getting done. And I'm a happy guy because I want America to be so healthy, so fast, so that we can open the border. We're behind you. We're coming in with our vaccine counts. I want the border open. I want Canada and the USA to be coming and going all we want. I can't wait as a Canadian that live. I'm on the border. I'm 2 miles away. It's right there. America's right there. I can't go. I can't wait for this to happen. So yeah, keep going, baby. USA all the way. This is beautiful stuff. Thank you, all of you out there who are getting your shots. Get those shots and get it over with, and let's move on, please. Anyway, there you have it. Okay, what else can I talk to you about this morning? We have a 161-point gain on the pre-market for the Dow. We are now 24 minutes away from opening this morning. We got GameStop pushing 178, 179 now on the morning run. Still about even from last night. We closed last night 178.58, so it's got to be 179 or higher to even be up on the day. Volume on the pre-market for GameStop, 29,500. Let's not get excited about where we're at right now. We are not doing a thing yet. We have got plans to go much higher for this stock. The S&P 500 is showing a 31-point gain right now, and NASDAQ up 168. So we definitely have the markets showing, everything to us, tons of upside, and let's hope it keeps coming. Over at our friends at AMC, they're at 11.04 this morning, which is definitely better than last night's close at 10.85. We're up 19 cents here. 614,000 pre-market trading on AMC Entertainment. They got as high as about 11, 12, something like that. There was an article that came out this morning, unfortunately, though, talking about something like, avoid the stock at all costs or something like that. Yeah, should you buy AMC stock? These analysts say not at any price. So there are analysts out there warning their followers to avoid the AMC shares, and they're obviously talking about the corporate side, the absolute cash register, corporate cash flow side of the argument, and they're not talking about what maybe some AMC people want people to talk about, which is a possible short squeeze, gamma squeeze, what have you. That is just not being covered at this point. Fifth Wall acquisition, by the way, a 1065 up 9 cents. Still holding this level. A Smart Rent merger is definitely being viewed positively by a number of people on the street. Tesla 701. We're back over 700 a share on Tesla, up 660 right now. Good to see that. Not surprised to see it. I would not be surprised if Tesla runs into the 750, 800 range. As each day goes by, it'll just get stronger again. I don't see any downside at the moment for Tesla shares. Social Capital IPOE up again, 1790 right now, up 35 cents in the pre-market. It hit 18 something. It was over 18 just a few minutes ago. We're happy about that. Nice to see it doing a little run like that. Again, no news to tell you, but I just get the impression that more and more investors are buying into the SoFi finance story. They like what they hear. They like how diversified the company's becoming. They like that they're buying a bank in California. They're going to have a charter. They're going to be like an investment banker kind of outfit. They have that kind of licensing. They'll have the power to leverage up their dollars and really build their business. And people really are beginning to get it, in that they realize once this merger is done, sometime in May, it's going to be done, second, third week. SoFi, this IPOE, SoFi, it's not going to be anywhere near here. It's not going to be $17 a share anymore. It's 27, it's 37, it's 47. It's gone. It's gone. So you have a limited window to get yourself in there, but they've had a good week or so, about a good 10-day window lately. Those shares have been improving in price. Let me just double check here on my little telephone. I mean, this is the week here. I mean, this is nothing incredible, but this is the 1 week run here. This is from the high 15s up to now 1755. As blurry as that photo is, you can see that chart. That's the last week. But I will caution you that in the last 3 months or 6 months, yeah, here's the 6 month chart. It came out as a SPAC at 10, and then went way up here to, I think it was 28, 26. Yeah, 28, 26. And it came back down, but the dip was about a week and a bit ago, right over here, right over there. That was the recent low of about 14 something, and now it's 1755. So you've had a shot here. A little dip has been given you, but this might be it. This might be the last of your dips, because from here, as we get closer and closer to merger day, which again is, I think, the second or third week of May, we're kind of getting rumors. To me, I think this thing's going to go much higher. We'll see what's going on. All right, well, that was just yesterday's quote. That is not right now. This chart I'm showing you has nothing to do with this morning's action. Again, IPOE this morning, is trading at $17.95, up 40 cents. It's approaching 18 now. And so it's gone from that 14 level, 15 level now to the 18 level. And there's excitement building over there for sure. All right, so keep an eye on that one. Yes, my $15 call. I'm excited. All right. Ben Serpa, hey Bruce, I bought IPOE at 16. Thank you. Most of my money is tied up in GameStop, trying to buy 100 of each of your SPACs. Of your remaining SPACs, which are the most urgent to buy now, and which ones can wait? I get asked this 10 times a day, 20 times a day, every day, and I can't tell you. I cannot tell you which deal gets done first, second, third, fourth, and what day and what time, and I can't. I don't know. I don't know. They don't tell me this stuff, and this is not publicly available information. You're after stuff that I don't know. I don't know if anyone knows this answer. I really don't. Everyone has an opinion, and that's all right. Have your opinion and go with it. But I don't even think the regulators can tell you. If I threw a list of my SPACs in front of an SEC official, they'd look at me and go, "What do you want me to tell you?" And I'd go, "Well, tell me which deal is going to be first, and which deal is going to be second and third." And they look at me, "Get out of my office!" Like, I don't know. This is all, the paperwork is a mile high at each of these guys' offices. Their lawyers, their corporate lawyers, are drowning in documentation and filings. One deal could be a day away, one deal could be 15 days away, one deal could be 40 days away, and don't quote me on that. And there you go. There's no answer that I can give you that'll satisfy you. I can't get an answer that'll satisfy me. I can only tell you that these deals have been in the works now for over 60 days. That I can tell you. And they all take about 90 days to complete. So logic says we're less than a month away on all these deals, and it could be that 3 of them, in 2 days get done, just bang, 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 and then nothing for 2 weeks, and then bang, bang, they happen again. I don't know. I'm here. I'll be here watching it. So hate to say it, but you're going to have to stick around and watch my channel. It's the best I can give you. But I'll tell you this, I'll make you a promise. I'll be here covering it. You can count on that, and we'll see what's going on. Anyway, there you have it, guys. Thank you so much. We're now 179.58, starting to hit 180 again on GameStop. So we're just up a buck or so now. Good stuff. Thumbs ups for Uncle Bruce. Thank you, all of you out there who are already giving me a thumbs up for this live show. I appreciate it. We have already got 543 thumbs ups in only 44 minutes. How can I complain about that? Thank you, all of you, for throwing some thumbs ups our way. Get us to 1,000 as soon as possible. YouTube will throw us more viewers. They'll push this channel out to other people who don't know we exist. The more folks that find out we exist, the more folks will figure out that, hey, these guys like GameStop. They like these SPACs. I've never heard about these companies before. Why are they talking about? Oh, that's why. Oh, those are interesting sounding company. And the next thing you know, new subscribers, new members, new buyers of these shares, and they become joiners, and we grow this Uncle Bruce family to become a powerhouse investment group of some size. Not that I'm leading any investors or with everything else, but just saying, there's power in numbers, and the numbers are climbing. The higher the thumbs ups go. It's just simple as that. It sounds so stupid, but if you folks can throw a thumbs up to this show, you're actually doing yourselves a favor. You're telling the world to follow this channel and follow some of your favorite investments, your favorite stocks. It's just every day, throw a thumbs up at this show. They're free to hand out, and YouTube is this is what they're looking for. They are looking for your engagement with me, of course, which they really react to, and these thumbs ups. There we are, 680 right now. These thumbs ups that they come in, 693, absolutely tells YouTube this is a channel on the move. This is a channel that we should be promoting to our billion people out there. Billion people. Man, if we had 1 million subscribers, I would bet you we'd have 20 million shares of GameStop on this channel. Just to give you an idea of the power of the numbers. If we had that kind of a following as we grow it out, please consider subscribing if you haven't already. The more subscribers we get, the more followers on this show, the more followers on the stocks that we're following, the better. It's just that simple. We have 2,069 people watching right at this moment in time. If we could bring that to 20,000 people watching at this time, 100 shares each of GameStop, just on average, just do your math. There's 2 million shares watching right now while we're talking about GameStop. Just an IPOE and Gorse Holdings and VGAC and on it goes. I mean, the power of the numbers are there, and you can help yourself by bringing others on board by just hitting the thumbs up button. It's just one little thing. I hate to keep bringing it up, but I have to. Everyone does, and we are desperate for it. Anyway, there you go, guys. Let's see what happens. Ron is asking me, Bruce, Nokia released their great earnings. Any thoughts? I don't, Ron. I don't follow the company in any way. I just don't. I obviously have no time. And so I can't give you an opinion. Whatever I say is pure guesswork, and you don't want to hear that. I keep pumping cash into VGAC. Right on, Ashley. Let's see here. Way to go, guys. Power to the people. That's right. Dan is saying, this is driving me nuts. This price is moving up and down a couple of bucks around my average price per share for days now. By the way, IPOE just broke $18, $18.01 now on IPOE again. It's getting stronger. Beautiful stuff. Let me take a look at some of our other favorites here. Back to GameStop for a second. Yeah, 178.90 on GameStop now. Just touched 180 a few moments ago, or at least I tried to. Watching that closely. There it goes, 178.99. We've got AMC right now sitting at 10.98, up 13 cents. We're 12 minutes away from the opening now. We've got FAII, Fortress Value, at 10.09, up a nickel. It's improving a little bit this week. ATI Physical Therapies will be merging with that one. We know that. The fifth wall acquisition, 10.65, up 9. Mentioned that already. Very, very good. Let's take a look at VGAC. How are we doing over here on VGAC? We've got it at 10.05, up 2 cents on the pre-market. That's going to become 23andMe. Richard Branson and his gang ready to speak all about this company to let the world in on what they're all about. So we got a lot of news coming up, guys, on all of these stocks. But I cannot tell you which one you should buy first. I cannot tell you. That's pure guesswork on my part. Now, I don't want to be held liable for guessing wrongly. What's the point of that? It's not going to do any good. So we'll just see what happens one at a time, guys. That's what we're going to do. Thank you, all of you, for joining me now with 10 minutes to go before we start trading on the day. And hey, Bruce, your thoughts on being locked up for 180 days on your, SPACs? I'm not locked up. I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea what you mean. Might be the insiders of those companies, those who are merging into the SPACs, they're locked up. Again, I like it. I like that. It shows as a restriction on how many shares can trade freely on the open market. And I think that's good for you guys. By the way, package arrived in the mail yesterday. I thought I'd show you this. When you order from Redbubble, you get one of these stickers on the outside of your box. And this box arrived in the mail yesterday. Let me show you what we got here. We open this baby up. I got 4 coffee mugs that came in, and got some new designs here for these mugs. I was telling you that I've been mentioning to you that we have new logos for Stock Markets with Bruce. Well, let me show you. Here's one of them right here. The Uncle Bruce mug is here. This one is Uncle Bruce. So you can get this logo on T-shirts and all kinds of other designs. Fantastic. So let me put that one over here beside GameStop with Uncle Bruce. Another Stock Markets with Bruce mug. Then we got another one here. Let's pop this guy over right there. All right, we've got, oh yeah, Stock Markets with Uncle Bruce. I think you can get this logo in several colors. I think you can get it in green background and blue. I think you just have to go to the website to check it out. The link is down below for the Redbubble store. Fantastic. We'll pop that guy over there. We're stacking up my mugs. Another mug. Here we go. This one is here. Let's take a look at this one. Stock Markets with Bruce. Bagel time, baby. Bagel time has arrived. Yahoo! Another mug in the house. Right on. I don't know where to put these. Let's try over here. Bagel time right there. And one more mug. Let's see what this one looks like. Oh yeah, this is this. It's kind of a Miami Vice logo. Some of you have mentioned to me. Reminds you of Miami Vice. Here's this one. Stock Markets with Uncle Bruce. Look at that. That's kind of cool. I like this. This is also, these logos are available on shirts and the sweatshirts and hoodies and pillows and stickers and you name it. I mean, just go to my Redbubble store. You'll find the link down below. Anyway, fabulous, man. This is fantastico. We got a bunch of new logos in, and they're here. This is fabulous. Stock Markets with Uncle Bruce. Thank you, all of you who are supporting this channel through Redbubble. Make sure to visit my store, only my store on Redbubble, to get these items. Don't get sucked in to buy on Amazon or anywhere else. We don't sell these mugs anywhere else. Those are all imposters. They're all trying to be Uncle Bruce wannabes. They're scooping the logos from us. They're scooping the royalties. They're scooping the business, and they're pretending to be me, and they're not. It's Redbubble, Bruce Fromert, through the link down below in my channel. And thank you, all of you, for helping us out. All of you buying these and these and these. Jennifer and I get a royalty. Redbubble handles all the logistics. I don't do a darn thing when it comes to making this stuff, shipping it, collecting your money, getting your address wrong. None of that. They handle it all, and they've got a very good reputation. I've had nothing but happy customers tell me they love their product, and they love the way they're treated by Redbubble. So thank you all so much for your support. All right, we are 6-7 minutes to go. What's going to happen here? We're waiting the Bruce. You're always cool. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, Jennifer, so much. Waiting to open up and see what the stocks are going to do for us. And here we go. SVT Boxer says, my 8-year-old son got his phone this morning before school and gave you a thumbs up. Now, how about that? I mean, how can this channel not succeed when 8-year-olds are giving me thumbs ups? Guys, there are 8-year-olds trying to make you richer by giving my channel a thumbs up to attract more viewers to this channel who are going to hear all about the stocks that you own to help them go higher, because the more buyers we attract to these shares, the higher the shares go. 8-year-olds are helping you out. I'm begging you, help yourself, help this channel, throw a thumbs up our way. We're at 874 thumbs ups with 2,000 people here. We really should be over 1,000 by now. Guys, please come on in. The 8-year-olds are jumping already before they go to school. I mean, they got stuff on their mind, man. They got the playground, they got the recess, they got to worry about their bikes, they got to worry about what they're going to do on the weekend, they got to worry about that pretty girl. What do I do with these girls? Why do they like me so much? There's so many concerns that 8-year-olds have, but yet 8-year-olds take the time out of their busy day to throw a thumbs ups on this channel out of nowhere. Guys, thank you so much for helping me out. 951 thumbs up. They're coming in. We're going to hit 1,000 here in just a minute. Get me to 1,000, and then let's go to 1,500, and let's go to 2,000 thumbs ups and really crush the YouTube analytics computers. Here we are at 958 right now. We're going to break 960 in just a second. It's happening here. It's happening. 959 now. They're coming in. Thank you guys for these thumbs ups. I really, really appreciate it. 977. We're only 23 away from 1,000. Just so close. Oh, I can taste it. 978. Oh, you guys are great. Thank you. 992. 8 to go, 7 to go, 6 to go, 5 to go, 4 to go, 3 to go, 2 to go, 1 to go. There it is, 1,000. Booyah. Man, you guys are awesome. Thank you for tolerating this old YouTuber. I appreciate it. The 8-year-old, thank you to the 8-year-old. SVT Boxer #1. Way to go, man. You did it. You helped me get over 1,000 thumbs up because you gave me a thumbs up. That is awesome. See the power of social media? Is that cool? It's unreal. These thumbs ups are coming from around the world. People from Europe, from Asia, South America, from Africa, everywhere, all over the United States, Canada, Mexico, everywhere, the Caribbean. Thumbs ups from around the world are coming into this channel, which YouTube notices. They go, hey, oh, geez, this guy just isn't popular in Cincinnati. This guy's popular globally. I mean, every time zone is practically covered with this guy. We at YouTube should show off this channel a little more to give people a chance to see him and engage. Maybe he's doing something right. That's because I got the greatest viewers in the world right here. Yeah, absolutely, man. Bring us more. Oh, wonderful. Thank you, everybody, so much. This is great. IPO, he just hit 18 bucks. Man, I wish I got a whole lot more at 14. That's how it works. When you have a winner, you never have enough of a winner. When you have a loser, every single share is too many. Welcome to the Stock Market 101. That's how this game works. Thank you, everybody. Let's see here. What is going on? I like Amazon tonight. They're coming out with their numbers. I think we'll see amazing numbers from the overall feeling in the market. It's very positive. There's been rumors about a stock split too, apparently. We'll see if that actually happens or not. What else is going on here? Thank you, all of you. Christopher King, thank you for this donation. Bruce, how much sex and kids should I have? How much sex and kids should I have to be a millionaire? I'll put it this way. The more kids you have, the more expensive it gets, and that might keep you away from being a millionaire. It might take you from being a millionaire to not a millionaire, depending on how lavishly you spend on them. So be careful there, Christopher. I don't know. The other side, that one might not be up to you. That might be someone else's decision how much of that you're going to get. I don't know. Be on your best behavior. What can I say? Hi, Bruce from Sharon. Hi, Sharon. How you doing today? So great to have you here today. Beautiful. Wally's World, Stock Markets with Bruce, and GameStop include all the colors of the rainbow. You betcha. Thank you, everybody. I know, why the face? Laughing out loud. Why the face? You need a bigger table. Let me know. This is the best one. Wally, like that one. I don't know what this means. That Miami Vice mug is kind of cool. It is kind of a cool looking logo. It looks really cool on T-shirts. It looks cool on all kinds of product. I know that we have some photos over here. Here's a great shot. This is a model that the Redbubble people let us superimpose the logo onto. But that's the look of the shirt right there. It's kind of neat. It looks kind of like a cruise ship in the background, doesn't it? With the pink and the blue there. It's all right. I like it. Yeah, we're excited. There's some more examples of the logos there. You can get that logo on just a ton of stuff. A ton of stuff. I think we have 70 products with that logo on it. All the logos. I think we have 63 logos between the two channels that I run, Stock Markets with Bruce and Traveling with Bruce. 63 logos. So if you want to support this channel with your coffee cup collection, I will tell you this: if you buy more than you buy 2 or more, you start getting discounts on the cost of your mugs. Some people go, "Oh wow, look at the price of one mug. That's a fortune." You buy 4 of them, you get like 20 or 25% off. So it's like you buy 3, get 1 free. And if you have a friend of yours or a relative of yours, you want to split the deal, buy 4 between you, or 8 or whatever, and just enjoy the savings and split the mugs and figure it out. There's ways, but anyway, thank you everybody for being here. Appreciate this. We are a minute away from opening this market off. So let's get going with the markets, okay, everybody? Thank you, everybody, for being here, and let's see what's going on. Uncle Bruce gets all the ladies. Oh, wouldn't that be something? I don't know if I can handle all the ladies. I might get myself into trouble with Jennifer. We're at 177.13 on the GameStop just before we go start trading. I think we're just opening up now. I think we have just started trading on the markets. Yes, I think we have GameStop first trade 177.22 down $1.36 on 75,000 shares. There's nothing going on there, and no news at this point. Let's keep an eye open. The market, the Dow is up 162. I'm just going to refresh my screen here and get through to the other side. 178 now on GameStop, up 81 cents. The Dow up 182 points to start the day. The S&P is up 35, NASDAQ up 157. So we've got a very good start to the day. Very good reaction to President Biden's speech last night. Most of America likes what he's talking about, especially on the economic front. I think the world was quite pleased to see what he was saying regarding infrastructure and getting America going again. This always plays well with the investment community around the globe. Domestically in the U.S., you're on your own, kids. Figure it out. 192 is the gain on the Dow right now. This is a good start to the market. S&P up 35, NASDAQ up 147 right now. GameStop 177.12, 177.96. Jumping around a little bit at the moment. Volume on GameStop now, 93,000. Nothing to worry about and nothing to get excited about either. AMC 1087, 1090, up a nickel. 1.4 million to start the day. Microvision, unfortunately, down $1.60 to 1938 on 4.7 million. It's not looking good for Microvision. The shares are just they're just not running up to 30 again. It doesn't look like it's happening at this point. Vector Acquisition up 13 cents to 1065. NAV Site Holdings SPAC at 991, down 4 cents. IPOE officially at 1772, reached 1787 so far in the morning. It's up 17 cents on 118,000. We'll watch and see if IPOE starts trading at $18 on the actual market itself. Gores Holdings is up 15 cents. It was down in the pre-market. It's 13.74. Started at got as high as 13.98 just a few moments ago. So we're watching Gores closely. VGAC, Virgin Group with Richard Branson up 2 cents to 10.05. SVAC Starboard down 2 cents to 9.97. Fortress Value up 3 cents to 10.07. Vanek Vectors, the computer chip ETF, up $2.11 a unit to 250.22. Home Depot up $2. IBM up $1.50. Dow now up 183. Microsoft up 89 cents, climbing back slowly. Apple showing up 229 to 135.88. Tesla up 358 to 697. Bed Bath & Beyond 26.33 up 12 cents. BlackBerry up 4 cents to 9.34. Cruise Lines, Royal Caribbean up $4 to 91.51. Norwegian up $1.40 at 31.62, and Carnival up $1 to 28.80. All three cruise lines are higher on the anticipation of possibly starting cruises as early as July this summer. We'll watch for that. JP Morgan up $2, Costco up 63 cents, Walmart up 70 cents, Amazon up 43.50 again to $3,500 a share, 35.02 with the earnings coming out tonight. Market is anticipating a big number. Cisco up 37 cents, Nvidia up $4, Goldman Sachs up 3.24, Walt Disney up $1.40. All stocks are higher. Facebook up $20 on New York at was on the Nasdaq, with $327 price point right now. 6.6 million shares traded. It's been as low as 326, as high as 331. And Facebook is rolling, and they are rolling in cash. Lots of money coming in. eBay down $6. They had a better earnings, but they're warning about the economy opening up. They're worried that if the economy opens up like it looks to be, their numbers might get weaker because people will be out of the house for a while. And so the collectible market and The wheeling and the dealing might change. We'll see how that plays out. So eBay is down $6 to $56.21, although they're making a ton of money. Twitter up 98 cents. American Airlines up 39 cents to $22.09. Google up $30 to $2,410. Netflix down $1. Again, another company where people get out, and with the summer coming around, they're not going to be inside the house as much watching movies, and they may not subscribe as much. It's possible Netflix might even lose subscribers during these summer months. We don't know. It had a great run a year ago, but it, too much too fast, and they got to digest it. Only makes sense. They keep raising their prices. You're going to start losing subscribers because you're not a bargain anymore. Snowflake up 64 cents. DraftKings down 17 cents. Moderna up $6, the drug maker. Workday up down 470. DoorDash up 70 cents. Airbnb up 20 cents. Micron Technologies up 97 cents. Intel up 33 cents to 57.94. Oh my gosh. Intel is higher. Oh, the world's coming to an end. GameStop 179.05, up a little bit here. I'm now showing 178.68, up a dime. AMC at 10.89, up only 4 cents as well. Very quiet on AMC. The Dow up 150 right now. S&P up 30. NASDAQ up 122. So we have a good start to the market. We're going to see how it reacts as we move along here. Everything settles in. And let's go. Let's just go from where we're going to go. And where are we at? Let's see. Lots of comments between folks wondering about what's happening out there, what's going to happen out there. I enjoy the healthy discussion. I welcome it. Just keep it PG rated. Beautiful. Yeah, Uncle Bruce, regarding SPACs. When IPO completes its merger, how is the new stock price determined? They just take off from where they are at. They just continue on where they are. The thing now, though, is if, say, tomorrow morning, if VGAC announces tonight that tomorrow morning we're called 23andMe, our symbol is ME on the New York Stock Exchange, they will come out with a series of announcements explaining themselves and introducing themselves to the world. And they're going to say, welcome, everybody. We are 23andMe. We just merged with VGAC. We now have $950 million cash in the bank, and these are our plans. This is what we've been doing. This is what we're doing now. This is what we're going to do tomorrow. Stand by for more news. Now the world has to be introduced to 23andMe. And a lot of people know of the company. They've heard of it. They've dealt with it. They've bought, sold before their product, whatever. And now they can invest in it. And I'm kind of curious in the first 2 weeks, how many mutual funds, how many pension funds and hedge funds, and just investors in general are going to start picking off the stock. Because there's a lot of investment funds will not buy a SPAC until after the deal is completed. They won't buy a SPAC as VGAC. They'll buy 23andMe, but not VGAC. So one day to another, everything changes. The stock becomes legit. It's no longer just a SPAC anymore. It's now a real public company. And I'm telling you, and I am warning you, and I am trying to promote this, I don't think there's enough stock to go around for some of these SPACs when their mergers are completed. I just don't think there's enough paper available. Not down here. Maybe it's available at $25 to $35 a share because some of you out there might be sellers. But at $10 a share, $11 or $12, 23andMe at $12 a share, I don't think it's available. So it's theoretically possible. It's possible that the night before the deal closes, the last day of VGAC's trading life, it closes at $10.20 a share, let's say. And the first trade the next day as 23andMe might be $12.50, might be $14. Within an hour, it could be $18. It could not be. It might be right back here at $10.20, but I don't think so. My hunch is that all of these SPACs, as they now reveal their hand, they go, look how much money we have. We're funded with a bunch of cash. This is our plan. This is our game plan. This is our business. This is our future. I think the street's going to go, I'm bumping into that. Yeah, I'm going into that right now. You bet. I want some of this stuff. I want to hold it. There won't be enough stock. There just won't be. There'll be millions available to trade. Of course, there's millions. Yeah. But there'll be tens of millions wanted in the first 2 weeks, the first 30 days. And these companies will likely come out with a press release like every third or fourth or fifth day, one after the other, after the other, after the other, update upon update upon update, and perhaps mergers, acquisitions, and deals. And all of these individually could run the market up a couple of bucks a share each time. So you may have a scenario when in like a month that the SPACs that used to be, $9.80 to $11 are now all $24 to $28. And in 2 months, 3 months, they might all be in this $28 to $45. And in 6 months from now, they're like $38 to $58. I mean, you tell me, I don't know. They're all bets are off, but they're not going to be $8 a share. These aren't going to be boring little companies that nobody cares about. Far from it. I think these companies are going to be bought up by long-term investment entities like some of these institutional holders that will hold for years because they know the management. They know these people. They've already tried to give them money at 10 and they said, no, thanks, we don't need money at 10. They're going to try to buy their stock up. I just see a whole bunch of institutional demand for these merged deals, not before, but after. And this is where you have to wait, but you get the reward. You buy now and take the punishment of waiting this out. So frustrating. And then when the deal is done, hang on to your hat because all heck is going to go breaking loose here. That's how I feel about it. That's why I keep mentioning these stocks. I know what's coming next. I'm waiting for you guys to start sending me messages once they start trading as regular companies. I didn't get enough. I should have bought more. Yep, that's what's going to happen. It's okay. It's okay. You get what you can. You sit with what you got and hang on for the ride. And let's see what we can do. In the meantime, there are other stocks that you can buy and sell all you want. They're out here. We've got GameStop at 176.82. It's jumping around right now. We got AMC at 10.93. Take your chances on AMC. And then we got these SPACs. IPOE now 17.74. Gores Holdings 13.75. VGAC 10.05. I'm not going to be quoting these kinds of numbers much longer. Anyway, there you go. We've got a market on the move. The Dow right now only up 127. Had a nice shot first thing right off the get-go. We're going to see how this plays out now. S&P up 30 and NASDAQ up $115 points right now. Very, very interesting start to the day. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for popping by to see me, hanging out with yours truly. I really do appreciate it. We've got the Russell 2000 is also ahead 2.89 points. The VIX is only at 1711, down 17. So there is no nervousness in this market. This market knows what I think we've been talking about here the last couple of months. It's going higher. The amount of capital in the U.S. economy right now is unprecedented. The stimulus package is working and it's going to continue to fuel this market. You got at least another 6 months. If the president can push through his infrastructure plan, if he can push through that, the markets will really run for another 2 years or longer. It will be a massive work project for the American economy. Undescribable how big it is. It is Second World War big. It is that big a deal. But politics will determine whether it happens or not and how fast, because certain politicians know if it goes through, it's bad news for them. If it goes through, it's good news for them. And the American public just wants something to get done. I can sense it, and those are what the polls are saying. Just get something done, you guys. Anyway, there you go. Chip shortages for iPads and Macs may cool Apple's hot streak. This is an issue. The chip shortage is universal, and there is no one spared on any of it. It is an absolute reality. Let's see what else is going on here. Yeah, Fed's going to hold interest rates near zero for sure. And the CDC says it's committed to the U.S. cruise industry resuming operations by midsummer. It's committed to it. Very interesting. Goldman admits it was wrong on Apple. It upgrades the stock. Well, how about that? Are they going to give everybody a refund? Are they going to give all of their clients $1,000 as an apology? I don't think so. They're just going to keep the money for themselves. Yeah, Goldman. Way to go, boys. Let's see here. But not everyone's right all the time. That's the way it is. Welcome to the world. What can I say? Let's see what else is going on. Yes, Apple reports another blowout quarter with sales up 54%, authorizes $90 billion in share buybacks. They also increased the size of their dividend as well. What else have we got here? U.S. SEC enforcement chief steps down after 5 days on the job. Alex O, the first woman of color appointed to lead the SEC Securities and Exchange Commission's enforcement division last week, resigned from the role on Wednesday, citing personal reasons. Development arose this week as one of the cases on which I worked was still in private law practice, and so she has to step away. Interesting. Well, people, these agencies, after all, are staffed by human beings, and sometimes things happen. So this shows, it says here, the underscores the challenge of filling top agency roles with Wall Street defense attorneys. O said a development relating to one of her previous cases would be an unwelcome distraction in the important work of the division. The issue at hand relates to O's work defending ExxonMobil against a lawsuit in her previous role as a partner at Paul, Weiss, Reifkind, Wharton, and Garrison, according to a person familiar with the matter who requested anonymity. SEC is probing ExxonMobil over asset valuation issues, according to a January report by the Wall Street Journal, and the matter could create a potential conflict of interest if O were to remain in the role, agency sources said. This issue came to the attention of the SEC officials last week, the person said. Anyway, there you have it. That's what happens. You get people who are qualified for the job, but in their past lives trying to make a living, they have to represent companies or whatever they're doing as lawyers, and eventually or possibly there's conflicts of interest. She did the right thing. She sidestepped it, and better to step aside now than face a storm of protest later, because she would have been ineffective, unfortunately, in the role had she not. So what are you going to do? Unfortunately for the SEC, they probably lost an all-star that they wanted to really work with. Now they got to find another one. That's what it is. Right now on the Dow Jones Industrials, our top winners. Let's see if we can get a refresh here. How is the market doing right now? Alrighty. On the Dow, winners, Chevron up 2%. They were up yesterday too. Nike is up 1.2. Walmart is up 1.2%. JP Morgan up 1.1. International Business Machines up a percentage point. Bottom feeders on the Dow 30. Merck & Company, bad numbers this morning, down 2.9%. Amgen, they lost a bunch yesterday. They're down 1.4% today. Caterpillar down 1.4%, even though with good numbers. Salesforce, a fifth of a point on the downside. Boeing down 1/10 of a percentage point. Looks like way more winners than losers on the Dow, and that's evident because we're up 138 points. NASDAQ winners, Facebook, Qualcomm, O'Reilly Automotive, Moderna, and Comcast. NASDAQ losers, eBay down 10%. Altazin Corporation, Workday, Amgen, and DocuSign. S&P 500 winners today. LKQ Corp, Facebook, Qualcomm, Cincinnati Financial, Norwegian Cruise Lines. Losers, eBay, Ford Motor, Holistic, Citrix, and ServiceNow Inc. are the losers on the S&P 500. Those are some of the latest numbers right there. The Dow right now up 142, S&P up 29, NASDAQ up 102, Russell up 16 points, the VIX at 1724. GameStop, 175.98, down $2.60 a share. That is where it's at right now. Volume on GameStop, I bet you, is pathetic. 364,000 shares. There's nothing going on in GameStop at this moment in time. It is very quiet, and it is at 176.07, down 240 a share. Very quiet morning. AMC up a dime to 10.95 a share on 4.8 million shares. It is not snapping back to the $12 neighborhood. The overhanging problem for AMC, 43 million more shares will be sold into this market by brokers for the company to raise them something around $450 million or so dollars, give or take 10 or 20 each side of that. That they need the money desperately. They are burning right now something like $5 million a day. It's evaporating from AMC's pocketbooks. They are burning $5 million a day, and They have $6 billion in debt right now, so they're scrambling. They're doing what they can to survive. More power to them. All the SPACs, a lot of them are looking pretty good right now. We've got Vector up 4 cents, a Navsite up 3, IPOE up a nickel, Gore up 2, Virgin VGAC up 3 cents, Starboard down up 2 pennies, Fortress up a penny. So of all the SPACs, only one is down. Very interesting. We got the Dow now up 130 points. A little bounce off of the lows so far. We'll see if the Dow can put some more momentum together behind it. That's where we're at right now with this market, you guys. Thank you for joining me here. 175 on GameStop right now, down 356 a share. Alrighty, my average on VAC, VGAC 1009, right on. Let's see here. I buy high, I sell low. Uncle Bruce, do you have any thoughts on CLOV? It's popping. Would you mind taking a look at it? CLOV. Let's see, what is this company all about? CLOV. Clover Health Investments Corp. Up 54 cents a share. Let's see here. It is low of 631, high of 1745, and let's go here. It is provides healthcare insurance services. It uses its proprietary technology platform to collect, structure, and analyze health and behavioral data to improve medical customers and lower costs for patients. The company was founded in 2014, headquartered in Franklin, Tennessee. Don't really have a announcement. Let me see if there's any announcement on it today. They're going to report first quarter financials. They said yesterday on May 17, and nothing else there really. Let's see, anything over here? No news over there. And just they're going to report first quarter financials. That's all I got. 1106 up 56 in the last say 6 months or so. The stock was at $9.98, got as high as $17, and then backed off again into the 7s, 6s, and is now 1101. So I have no idea. There's 143 million out there, and there's a 38 million share short position, 35%. It's a pretty high short position. If they come up with some decent financials, maybe the stock can do more. Maybe that is what's running the market now, is the anticipation of better financials. Was this a SPAC? I don't know. I'm trying to figure out if this was a SPAC once. And I have no financials I can share with you, so it must have been a SPAC company. And at this point, it's too early to tell you how it's going to do. So that's all I can tell you. It's out there. Thank you, Xavier, for popping in. What can I say? I saw the dip, so I had to buy before chores real quick. Now I'm out right on. Just bought more, guys. The dip will soon follow. GameStop, 174.11 down 447. There is a little dip going on in GameStop. We're watching it at the low of 173.69 on 468,000. There is a dip happening right now. Our morning dip on GameStop seems to be coming through as usual. A lot of you know this routine. You know how it works. The first 30, 40 minutes, the stock will open up. Sometimes it'll look really good, and then it gets hit with a bit of a sell range thing. I don't know what's going on. Let's see what's going on. What else is going on here? I just love this place, and I don't know why. I just love it. Welcome. Trillions and trillions, says Bill. Let's see. You think big economy boost? Oh, I think so. Leon, stock market Bruce. I know you don't do penny stocks usually, but could you look into Bayhorse? Nope, I'm not doing Trillion. I'm not doing silver penny stocks. Sorry, I just am not interested in this area. Inflation is inevitable. All right, government spending increases GDP. How many trillions of the bagels worth? If a bagel can relieve a hangover, I'm all in. Let's go. Let's go. Uncle Bruce is looking younger. Really? He's feeling tired. Let's go. What else is happening here? Let's go. What do you think of Ford? They've got a lot of spending to do to convert into electric. Tesla did it already. Ford is a decade behind. Look, they make nothing but money on their trucks, but right now they're not making any money on their trucks. They can't get a truck off their line. Chip shortages. Ford is under pressure, and certain stocks out there like Ford and GM and others may suffer because of supply issues, supply side problems. I've talked about this with you already regarding industry as a whole. So many factories are assembly plants, really, and they bring parts in from all over the world. And if just one component is late, delayed, or in short supply, screws up the entire system. And now you've got 20 other suppliers who are all held up, being told, don't send us anything yet. We've got trucks standing here waiting for these parts before we can bring in your parts. And it just goes down the line. I mean, there are, it's the underbelly of the economy right now, the soft underbelly of weakness, the supply side and supply chain problems that we might run into going forward here. By the way, GameStop dropped as low as 170, 169, and we're now in that neighborhood again, 172.29 neighborhood right now, 570,000 shares of GameStop traded. And so Ford might well be a company that could sell a lot more product if only they could get it out onto their dealer lots. The car rental business, they're hurting. They need cars. They need rental vehicles. We want to go traveling. We want to rent a car. There is a shortage of vehicles to rent at certain car rental agencies. Car companies can't deliver the product. Computer problems, chip problems, tire issues, rubber problems, shortages. This is an issue, and we're going to watch this closely. That's all we can do. 171.99 on GameStop right now. Let's see what happens. Bill Coyne, if the next $6 trillion goes through and creates jobs, wealth, new technology, don't worry about inflation. Remember also about this infrastructure program. Remember, it is not a one-year deal. It's not like, oh, they're going to spend $6 trillion in 1 year. You can't spend that in 1 year. You're talking about a 10-year build-out phase for a lot of this infrastructure that's being talked about. It's going to take that long. So it might be $600 billion a year for 10 years, or it's $400 billion the first year, $500 the next year, $600. And this economic activity will create so much taxation revenue. It's the other thing that a lot of people don't put together. They don't equate it. You take this stimulus program of $1.9 trillion and put it into the economy over the next 6 months, and it will spill back hundreds of billions in tax dollars and future tax dollars as the rollover continues and continues and continues. And better to have a hot economy to draw tax revenue from than a cold, dead economy. That's a complete recipe for disaster. Get a hot economy going and get the tax flow from that. And with an infrastructure program of $500-600 billion a year for a decade, the amount of jobs created and the amount of spin-off benefit created will be 10 times as much. It'll be $50 billion a year. I mean, it'll be massive. And to get America into 5G across the board will put America at the leading edge of internet speed and capability, which allows business to be more efficient across the board, allowing business to be operating at a lower price per unit that they produce, whatever the unit is they make, increasing profits. And that increases the markets. That increases your returns. This increases job creation, increasing tax creation. It's just a win-win-win. You can win on a growing economy. You can only lose on a shrinking economy. And America is desperate for infrastructure improvement and build out. This is the perfect time to do it. Government can borrow this money for nothing. 1.6% on a 10-year? That's a joke. Inflation is at 3%. The American economy is going to boom out over the next decade because of this plan, if it goes through. And the cost to borrow the money to build it is less than inflation. That's the cheapest investment in American jobs you can get. You can make. This is the time to invest in your own country, because it's the winning bet of all winning bets. Betting on Americans, it's a no-brainer. It's an absolute winner. And so Americans betting on themselves seems to be an obstacle, which I find Incredible. I mean, on the outside, we're looking and going, are you kidding me? Why would Americans not invest in Americans? I mean, we're talking about the winner of winners of work ethic, hard work, ingenuity, delivering results. You got to be kidding me. You want me to invest in Russia? You want me to invest in Turkey? No, I'd rather invest in America. Thank you very much. And if America wants to borrow money, lend America all at once, because that money is well invested. A bridge, highways, airports, seaports, smart move, train stations, rail lines. Yeah, this is good stuff. Get goods moving more freely, more efficiently. Turn that American economy into an electrical grid dream scenario with electric vehicles and trucks and you name it. Oh my gosh, climate leader, economic leader, it's all there. America's got everything going for it. It just needs to convince itself to invest in itself. And politicians should be getting phone calls from every one of you, texts from every one of you saying, get on with it. Let's go. Stop fidgeting and build. I mean, my God, it's an absolute license to make money and create jobs and wealth and a better country. But I'm on the outside looking in. What the hell do I know? I'm just from Canada. I don't know anything. What can I say? There you have it. Thank you, everybody, for being with me and tolerating the old man ranting away. Hope you don't mind. What can I say? GameStop. You know what it is, kids. GameStop is doing what it is. I'm just old, says Bill. GameStop 173.63. We have to go through the daily ritual of a morning sell-off for whatever reason. 692,000 shares. Nothing. We're now at 173.63, getting down to 171.69. So stock's almost $2 higher than the low. We'll have another step down, maybe. Dips are dips. You pick them off. The stock just has this absolute ability to recover and come back the other direction higher every time. And so what can I say? Nate, thank you for this donation. Hey, Uncle Bruce, hi. Any thoughts on the SPAC GLEO? It just announced a merger with Shapeways, a popular 3D printing service who I've actually used a lot. I'm really excited for them. I don't know anything about GLEO. Let's take a look at GLEO. GLEO. This company is $10.17 a share. It's up 15 cents today. The high of 10.55 so far. And the latest report was April 28th, so that's yesterday. And they're going to merge with Galileo Acquisition Group. Let's see. Let's go here. $410 million approximate enterprise value. So it's one of the smaller deals out there. It's going to be $195 million of net cash, including a $75 million pipe investment. It's a small deal. It's a small numbers compared to what we're watching here. But it sounds good. It sounds interesting, and more power to these guys. But it's a much smaller deal than I normally follow. The SPACs that we've got here that we follow are in the billions in market cap, with hundreds of millions of fresh cash. But look, Galileo Acquisition Corp could be the deal. It could be a great deal for these guys. I'm not sure how many shares are outstanding on the company, but they're showing a $174 million market cap. So it's got to tell me there's 17 million shares out there then at this point in time. So it's a smaller deal, but they've put together something. There's a deal for everybody. There's a deal for every SPAC available. Sooner or later, SPACs will find the right deal for them in their right size grouping. And it can work out. So, hey, congratulations, Nate. I if you own some, I hope you make money. I don't know anything about it myself other than what I've just told you. But, sounds like there's some potential there. It'll probably take 3 months for the deal to go through, obviously. So you might be a little quiet between now and then. And who knows? Maybe after the merger is done, there'll be other mergers behind it. And perhaps this company will slowly gather up regional other companies and compound their growth, And a year from now, who knows? Where could the stock be? I don't know. Let's go. Let's see. Oh, Jesus, you're killing me here. Theo Bruce, I had an In-N-Out burger. I thought of everyone here. Did not dip the fries in the shake though. Good on you. Oh man, In-N-Out. Oh, In-N-Out burgers. Oh man. Oh man. What can I say? Rock on. Learning the stock market for an old person is hard. Rock and roll. Let's see. Any concerns about the competitor SmartRent has? What makes them stand out? SmartRent actually is the largest company in its field. You add all its competitors combined, SmartRent is bigger than all competitors combined. SmartRent right now is scrambling to meet the demand. They have, I think they've done 174 million in installations, and they got 900 million on the wait list. And the deal with the Fifth Wall acquisitions, with Fifth Wall, the parent company Fifth Wall, is they have $2.5 billion in property that they need to add into the SmartRent system. These guys at SmartRent will be generating billions in revenue within a few years, billions in gross revenues and hundreds of millions of profits. High profit margin on this business. So I'm not really worried about their competition. I'm sure they're watching it, but they could in effect be in a position that whichever competitor out there does reasonably well, they could buy them because they'll become public, and they can just use stock to buy their competitors up and just remain the number one position. We'll have to see what's going on here. Anything. Waffle Raptor. If anyone needs me, I'll be slamming my face into the kitchen counter listening to the Tarzan soundtrack. Enjoy that. Sorry, what is that? You're only as old as you feel. I feel really old. Home sales are up again. Fantastic. Bottles and cans, and just clap your hands. Let's see. Well, you look like you're in your 20s. Colin says, last night I was just lying in bed and one of my fingers started to hurt. No reason. It just hurt. Getting old sucks. And I'm half as old as I feel and older than I like to be. Feel with your mind. It's in there. Good morning, Bruce crew. Yesterday was a great trading day. Let's go. $200 right now. Snagged 100 more this morning to dip. We're at 174.70 right now on GameStop. It is recovering from the 171.69 number. It's 750,000 shares traded. So the stock is coming back up a bit on GameStop right now. Bruce, have you looked at FTCV SPAC? It's merging with eToro. I have not looked at that deal. I've had no time to do that either. We need to get past 180. Best words given to me ever. We want to rock. We want to rock. Yes, we do. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. Florida needs In-N-Out burgers. Five Guys. Thank you so much for Uncle Bruce for the reply. Thank you. D. Gray, I'm like that crazy uncle from down the rabbit hole. Everywhere needs In-N-Out burgers. We all need In-N-Out burgers. So bad. We need In-N-Out burgers. Food talk already. Can't you wait another couple of hours before I eat? Can you check out this SPAC, Bruce? CHPM, please. I don't know if I have time, but I'll try. CHPM. 998. It's not going anywhere. 971 to 1084 range. 388 PE multiple. I'm not sure what this means. It's a blank check company formed for the purpose of effecting a merger. Well, yeah, that's what they do. I haven't seen a news announcement. I don't see one here. So what am I following? Why am I even looking at it? There's nothing here, guys. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, hey, Jay Ray is saying, hey, Bruce, sorry. I was referring to the lockup period for SPACs. Some won't let you sell shares for 180 days after the IPO. Maybe not a problem, but sounds cumbersome. Jay Ray, I think you're talking about, again, not you and I on the open market buying SPACs. If you guys go out there and buy your stock, your SPAC stocks, you don't have lockups. It's just the insiders of the company of both sides might have lockups agreed to. That's all that is, I think. Uncle Bruce, what was your life like living in the inflation of the early 80s? What could have someone in 1975 done to come out ahead later? Hold a foreign currency ? It turned out that one of the investments that worked out from the 70s was buying gold or buying gold stocks. Another investment that worked out really well was buying real estate, buying real estate stocks like any public company that owned shopping malls or apartment buildings or that kind of thing. In the 70s, another great investment turned out to be oil and gas companies, depending on which ones you had. Some cases, you could buy like what was Exxon Mobil at the time, or Exxon at the time, or Mobil by itself, or Chevron. Either you did well because the company you bought got taken over for a premium, or the company you bought became the big survivor and paid out just zillions of dollars in cash dividends over the years. And as oil went up in value, so did your stock. Some mining deals, of course, gold mining deals did well. Some silver did all right, but not generally across the board. There was a lot of silver money lost in silver as well. But yeah, the 70s, hard assets were the way to go. I remember for a time, you could buy Government of Canada trading bonds as a retail person. You could walk into a bank in the Bank of Canada, any retail bank branch, and you could buy Government of Canada savings bonds. And at one point, there was 1 year where they paid, I think for a couple of years, they paid 16% interest. Retail is what you could get, 16%. There were likely people in the 70s and 80s who borrowed money wherever they could, even on their homes, at say 14%, to buy investments like guaranteed investment certificates for 5 years to return them 17, 18%. And they were betting that during the 5-year time frame, the mortgage rates would drop and they would have like a variable rate mortgage, and they would get in at like 14.5%, 15% variable rate mortgage, buy 17, 18% GICs. And by the time the 5 years were up, they were now down to 12% payable on interest. And there were people out there who probably set up lines of credit against assets they had, homes in particular, apartment buildings or condos. They would have borrowed money at 14% down, and then down to 10 or 9% eventually. But they got to write it off as an expense against investment income on GICs or dividend-paying stocks, companies that were growth companies, and would have done very well on both sides of the equation. They got the write-off on income, so they dropped their tax rates dramatically, and then they got the gain on this side over here. And so that would have been done. But that's the 70s and 80s. But I do remember how prices changed so dramatically monthly. I mean, just monthly. We would get notices in the mail every month from like one provider of a service or to another. Every 3 months, the phone company would announce a 6% price increase, a 3% price increase. Then we get another announcement from the gas company, or we get an announcement from your insurance company. You get an announcement from Federal Express or whoever you're using, whatever you were using. Your landlord, every 6 months, rent increase. Rent would go up from $170 to $195, and then a year later, your rent would go from $195 to $220, and your car payments. Your car, you bought a car 4 years ago for $6,800, and the next car you're buying is $8,300, and you're just going, wow, like that's a huge increase. That's 20% more for a car in 3 years. Like, geez, Of course, you could also go from a BMW down to a Honda, and people did that. I mean, people went from a nice a Chevrolet with all the bells and whistles, or a Buick, down to a Chev, and then down to a Toyota, or down to a Datsun, or they would just back off. And then there were others who couldn't afford a new car, so they would have an 8-year-old car and they would offload it, and they would buy a 3-year-old used car because they couldn't afford a new car. But this is the declining economy. This is the lowering of a life standard of living, dropping standard of living. I mean, there were not all, people were winners in the 70s and 80s, but there were also losers in the 70s and the 80s. And that's how that's going. Yesterday was beer day. Today we're going into food. We need In-N-Out. We need an In-N-Out nation. Apple dropped to 134. Think people just took some profits. Perhaps. Maybe they've done that. Apple 134.32, up 58 cents. It's a buy. It's definitely a long-term buy. Hell, if I'm driving to California for a burger, oh man. Let's see what's going on. that's going on? What else is being said? Sorry, folks. There we go. Okay. Thank you. If I'm elected as your next president, all states will get an In-N-Out burger. Questions from the 20th century. Let's see. My dad nearly bought 4 bungalows for $80,000. Vote for the 4-leaf clover. Okay. Oh yeah, I've been watching The Big Short and Margin Call. What was it like for you during the crash? Oh man. Luckily for me, I was not in the markets in 08, 09 like I used to be in the past. By the time 08, 09 rolled around, I was no longer in offshore finance. I'd left that business because my partner, who was a lawyer in Canada, had retired. He had retired about 2 years earlier, and so or 3 years earlier. So we parted company after a year of unwinding our work. And I now was sort of a free agent. What am I going to do with myself? And I ended up working full-time out of my condo in California for a bit as an eBay seller. I was an eBayer back in 2005 and 6, and then in 07, 6 and 7, I began to also work these medallions you see right here. I used to sell these, and I would sell other sports product to sporting shops through Southern California. I used to just travel from shop to shop, and I was doing online work and personal selling, and just making a few bucks, trying to figure out what I'm going to do with myself. But the end was near, because by 07, 08, I moved back to Canada because our daughter had now got into university. And Jennifer and I came back to Canada, and I started working in the sports area, selling sports clothing and hats and these kinds of things, and coffee mugs. Hi, Jennifer. I did that through 07, 08, 09, 10, 11. Had a retail store, and started selling that merchandise. Didn't make a lot of money doing it, though, because unfortunately for us, those folks, all those mom and pop shops that used to be in your local strip malls and certain malls in your neighborhood, you used to have a lot of mom and pop businesses selling NFL jerseys, college outfits, baseball jerseys, NFL hats, and all that. Those guys are all gone. They've all been wiped out because the big sports leagues, all 4 of them, and then the NCAA, they got the wise idea that, we don't need to deal with these mom and pop shops anymore. Screw these guys. You know what we're going to do? We're just going to sell our merchandise online. We're going to have the NFL.com, the NHL.com, and MLB.com. And we're going to restrict retail to just the big sellers. So Dick's Sporting Goods and Lids and these guys. And so the Lids people, they started buying up all the regional sports sellers of merchandise, clothing merchandises, and they shut down a bunch of locations, consolidated the rest, turned them all into Lids superstores, Lids hat shops, and then they went with an online division. And in effect, America, basically, the American sports leagues crushed American retailers of their product by not selling to them anymore. And I found that as a retailer, I could not get the hot selling sports clothing items that people would come into my store they would want, because we weren't allowed to buy it anymore. It was only allowed.
You could order it.
Oh no! Even ordering it, we would, even when we were able to order product, we would only get. We had to order product 6 months before the season started, or 2 months before the season started. We had to order our full year allotment in the summer for hockey, for example, and they wanted payment like immediately. Like as soon as you got delivered, they got payment. The problem was that you would get your delivery and open up your boxes and only get a third of what you wanted. And you're sitting there going, this is my Christmas inventory. I don't know how much I'm getting. I don't know what sizes I'm getting.
What teams?
I don't know what teams I'm getting. Of all the teams I've ordered. And then you find out the bitter truth that you're only getting a third of what you wanted, and they want payment immediately. And you're supposed to live the whole year on a third of the allotment that you wanted for the teams that you didn't get. And so in the NFL world, you would order Packers, Steelers, Cowboys, and you would get 1/10 of what you wanted. And all your Steeler fans are coming in going, you got the Steelers items? And you're going,
You got that Jacksonville Jaguars.
We got the Jacksonville Jaguars. How many you want? Exactly. Jen is reacting. How many Cleveland Browns jerseys you want? But I can't give you a Pittsburgh Steelers jersey. So we would get crushed. And then we'd watch television like you guys, and we'd see all our product available on the online store. It's all available online. It's just a click away. And they were crushing us. So all the retail sports stores disappeared. They're virtually all gone. And of course, the COVID finished off the rest of them. And so now it's online only, and it's just terrible. So that's how the world changed. That's how that all happened. What can I say? The crash changed everything. Anyway, I lost my house and car in the 80s crash. Took me forever to rebuild my credit. Watching The Big Short this morning. It's a fascinating show. It really is. What can I say, everybody? Let's see what's going on here. What else is going on here? Finally going to write my own contract on GameStop. Any thoughts? Folks, you can write call contracts on any stock you have anytime you want. And you can bring in extra income by doing so. It's just a question of what are you comfortable with regarding the call contract you're going to sell. Do you want to offer your call contract near the money, away from this price of the stock, a short-term contract, a medium-length contract, a longer-term? This is where you have to decide for yourself what you want to be doing. GameStop right now, $173.99. It's down $4.59. Some people out there will write 175 contracts. Some will write 180. Some will write 190. Some will write 200s. Some will expire this Friday, next Friday, the Friday after that. It all varies, and it's a question of just what your risk tolerance is and what kind of need you have for income now. Do you want to lock in a $200 contract for a month? You can bring in some serious money. But you want to write a $200 contract for this Friday, you're not going to bring in much money. So this is on GameStop alone. Any stock's available. Bagel time or what?
MSNBC is talking to the CFO of McDonald's, and they're showing McDonald's foods, and I'm a child. I want to go to McDonald's now.
We've been talking about In-N-Out here.
Oh, well, of course I want to go to In-N-Out.
Duh.
I love In-N-Out.
We do. We love In-N-Out.
And if you go to an In-N-Out in Utah, these are the nicest, friendliest workers you will ever find. They're just...
Salt Lake City, Utah, In-N-Out workers,
the
best.
Helpful.
They're just so nice. They're so really genuine people.
Yes.
Yeah. In-N-Out workers in Salt Lake City, Utah. Kudos.
The one up by the university.
By the university.
Where they get university kids coming in as customers. They're still really nice.
The customers are nice, let alone the staff. Yeah.
Incredible.
Truly it is. We as Canadians are just amazed. We're just, wow.
And we're the ones that are known to be nice.
And we're supposed to be really nice people. We're the ones that say sorry all the time.
And we're going, oh my gosh, you guys.
These are nice. These are nicer people than we are. That pisses us off. As a Canadian, I'm offended that there are nicer people than Canadians. I mean, what the heck is that? Americans are supposed to be belligerent. They're supposed to be, in your face.
We stop every time just to make sure.
We stop every time to make sure. We check. We do quality control checks at every In-N-Out, as many as we can, every time to make sure In-N-Out's hiring practices are A-OK, and they seem to be just fine. Yeah. It's all good. It's all good.
They're just so nice.
They're just so nice. It's nice to be nice to the nice. To quote Frank Burns from MASH many decades ago.
It's nice to be nice.
It's nice to be nice to the nice. I'm dying for a bagel.
Bagel time?
I'm dying for a bagel.
On the menu this morning, we also have cinnamon rolls.
Ooh, yeah, but no, I'm going to save a cinnamon roll for later today.
That's going to be a
we went to a bakery. We went to a bakery yesterday and picked up some cinnamon rolls.
One of our local bakeries.
That's going to be a later in the day thing. But I think for my hardcore breakfast needs,
okay,
I'm thinking of grape jelly.
Grape jelly
on bagel today. Okay. Yeah, sesame seed bagel, please.
Sesame seed.
Yeah, love it. Oh man, so exciting! We're up only 50 points on the Dow, giving up 150 points of upward momentum. We'll see if this is a all-day trend or if there's a recovery coming. S&P up 18, NASDAQ up 33. That's where we're at. GameStop 174.33, down 425. Low on GameStop has been 171.69. So bagel time just around the corner. We'll see how that works out for us. We'll see what's going on here. Someone's asking about 10G internet. Maybe someday. I don't know. What is happening here? We got jelly. We got bagels. We got some good stuff going on. Uncle Bruce, we're gonna eat. Oh, we can't wait. Yeah, we're looking good. Mahi, what's your take that Melvin Capital's assets are now only 352 million, and he's out of his GameStop position? They filed a 13F with the SEC. Yeah, I don't know what to make of this. There's been problems over there, and those guys have had their butts handed to them. And I tell you, I don't know what to make of it. Obviously things have changed at Melvin Capital, and I'll tell you, if GameStop does what it is capable of doing, and that is, reaching the 500s and the thousands and beyond, there will be others like Melvin Capital that will be a shadow of their former selves. My hunch, but time will tell. I don't know. And this is interesting in that Melvin Capital is having these problems with the markets at all-time record highs. What does that tell you? It kind of makes you wonder. Suicide is painless. It's nice to be nice to the nice. That's right. MASH is not. Wally's World, I'll stay diamond hands on my Vikings love one day. You haven't seen Foreign Address? Jelly, bagel time. It's coming. We're coming. Oh, yes. It's coming. It's coming. Thanks, Uncle Bruce. My favorite MASH quote. It's nice to be nice to the nice. Yeah. I used to love Frank Burns. That character. Oh, gosh. He was just such a goofball. Unbelievable. I think Larry Linville, played that character. Oh, man. Another TV quote for you. Ladies and gentlemen, take my advice. Pull down your pants and slide on the ice. Oh, no. Oh, my gosh. Uncle Bruce, when did this emoji come out? I think it was a week and a half ago. Anyway, hi, Bruce. How did you become interested in GameStop last summer? How did that happen? I had just created my channel, Stock Markets with Bruce, and I was looking for a theme and direction, what I would do with this channel. And I thought, I'm going to make a channel about the stock market and just explain it to people in plain English, because there are so many other YouTubers out there. The YouTubers that I was looking at, the others, were so technical and so detail-oriented and dry and boring. And I thought, God, I'm an ex-market guy, and I can't stand to watch this stuff. Like, I understand what they're saying, but geez, guys, just not, no thanks. And I thought, Bruce, you cannot do a channel like that. You cannot have technical analysis stuff and graphs and resistance levels. And there's enough of these guys. There's enough. And I thought, why don't you, as an old man, 65 years old, why don't you just talk about your experience in the market? You've been around, and put it into plain English. Tell some old stories about what it was like back in the day. And there might be a bunch of 50 to 60-year-olds that'll watch you. That's what I was thinking. 50, 60, 70-year-olds will watch you. I remember the old days. I remember the 80s when I was young. So I thought that would be it. Anyway, I came across one day the story about GameStop. I saw this headline, the most shorted stocks on the New York Stock Exchange, or something like that. The most shorted S&P 500 companies, or whatever the headline was. I can't remember it. I clicked on it. I read the story, and then I noticed the chart showing the top 10 or top 20 most shorted shares. And here's GameStop right at the top. And I'm going, wow, look at this. 70 million shares short, 140% of the float. And I'm going, what? I've never heard of anything like that before. And so I started digging into GameStop. I looked at the chart. I went, oh, my God, look at this god-awful chart for GameStop. Let me show you. Let me show you, if I have it here, the GameStop chart. Here you go. How about this one? Would you buy a stock? Would you buy this stock? Look at that. 2015, 30 to 45 a share. And then from 15 to 20, all the way down to 414, and it's been lower than that. And I'm looking at that going, oh my gosh, what a basket case this company is. I thought, my goodness, why would anyone want to buy this stock? Are you kidding me? And so then I looked at the short interest here, the percentage of the float. So from 2004 until 10, it was up to 40%, down to nothing. And then from 2010, it went back up again to 2012 into the 40% range, then back down under 20, back up to 40 by 2016, and then back to 20% 2017. And then from like 18 and 19, look at that, 2018, 19, and 20, the percentage of all shares shorted of the float, oh my God, 140%. And I looked at that and went, geez, there's people who hate these guys. I mean, there are investors that do not like GameStop at all. And even though the stock came all the way down here to 414, there's still all these short positions all the way up here in 2020. I mean, I'm thinking, how greedy are these guys? I mean, it was $35 a share and went down to $4, and there's still 70 million shares short on GameStop. This is June of last summer, June, July. So I made a video and I just explained to investors in plain English, this is something you might want to take a look at. It's $440, $480 a share, and there's a whole big short position. Someday there could be a short squeeze. You never know. I mean, something could create it. Maybe the company has a turnaround plan. I don't know. This is last summer. We're in COVID. We're in COVID. And I'm thinking, boy, no wonder these shares are down here. These guys, they can't open their stores. They're in trouble, these guys. Little did I know that shortly after I did the video, this guy would show up. This gentleman right here from Chewy, sitting on $3.5 billion cash. He's the single largest shareholder of Apple stock. By the way, he's doing okay with his Apple stock. And he bought up 9 million shares of GameStop. And he put in $76 million of his own money to become the single largest shareholder of GameStop. How about that? A smart move, I think. Bagel. Here's a smart move right here. We got a bagel right now with grape jelly on it. You gotta love this. Nice segue. Nice segue, right? Yeah. It's nice to be nice to the night. Thank you. Anyway, I'm looking at that. I'm looking at Ryan Cohen making his moves, and so I brought out more videos. I did more GameStop videos.
I remember you talking about it, that we would talk about it, thinking, this just isn't true.
It can't be happening.
You can't short more shares than exist. Like
how can that be?
How can that be?
It makes no sense. I mean, we're old school, but I mean, come on.
How can that
can't be? And then we hear in December, we begin to hear the talk of the transformation of the company, the transformation of going e-commerce, and then we hear about Wall Street bets for the first time in January. The Reddit crowd, all this, and I don't know anything about it. I don't know anything about Reddit. I don't know how it works. Don't know anything about Wall Street bets. Never heard of it because I wasn't really into the market in a big, deep way. But the channel, I was making a video here. I did a Tesla video and another Tesla video and another GameStop video and how the markets work and how this works and how the plain English stuff, markets 101. And then this happened. The lineups outside GameStop stores because the new systems came out, and how they couldn't keep
the pandemic gave them a push that they were already going to go e-retail.
Yeah.
And this just showed them they were right.
They were right, and the new consoles were coming out. The new PlayStations were coming out. So I started talking about those in videos. And I just kept talking about GameStop. Just kept talking about it. And nothing happened with my channel. I mean, I had 200 subscribers. I had 400 subscribers. I got to 600. So whoop-de-freaking-do. You need 1,000 subscribers to be paid by YouTube. And I couldn't get 1,000 subscribers. It was until December. It took me 5-6 months before I hit 1,000 subs. I had Traveling with Bruce, the other channel, at 67,000 subscribers. And none of them were becoming subscribers of the stock market channel because they weren't interested. And those are those viewers are in their 60s and 50s, and I thought they would come over. They weren't coming over. And so I realized that, I'll probably have a whole new crowd watching me on the stock market channel. And lo and behold, the short squeeze thing began. And by the time Ryan Cohen finished buying his stock, it was $16 a share. It began. And my views started to come up, and my subscriber counts got to 1,200, 1,300, 1,400. And on January the 25th, I went live for the very first time, talking to you guys as the market was trading. about GameStop. That's where it began. And within a week, within 5 days, from Monday to that Friday, I added about 10,000 subscribers. I went to like 11, 12,000 subscribers. Blew my mind. Had a ton of views. I mean, the views were huge. The money was coming in. Like, I couldn't believe the amount of money coming into the channel because of the ads and your donations. And I'm just going, what? And then the next week, it went even more parabolic because the stock went to 60, 80, 100. And you guys were following it like I was following it. It went to 150 to 200. And the next week, 300, 350. I mean, the channel went to 50,000 subscribers and leveled off for a while. Stock came back. I thought, that's it. We're at 50,000 subs. It's all over. And now I'll try to hang on to as many of the 50,000 as I can get. And then the stock went up again and went from 38.50 to 170 to 200 to 346. 105,000 subscribers, another 50,000 subs. Oh my God. And I created the channel membership program because of all the hate and all the trolls and all the nonsense that we were battling with all the time. And I just want to talk about the market. So here we are. We now have a whole bunch of you as members. We got a nice PG rated chat room, which is great. I started doing one-on-one consultations because people were asking me, can I just talk to you about the market? Can you help me? And so I started offering one-on-one consultations. Been doing that since February. And I've been busy 7 days a week. I have not stopped at all. Unbelievable. And the best part about the whole thing that I'm doing here is that even though I do a live show in the morning for 3 hours, you demand and expect me to eat my breakfast on the air. So I don't have to starve myself for 3 full hours before I can eat something. And so I really appreciate that you can help me do this. Let me make a living doing this. Unfortunately, my travel channel has gone very quiet because I just have no time to post over there right now. And my Jen said, hey, check this out. She had me at a bagel. And so here we are. We're now running along here, and we're just, what can I say? I went from 10,000 to 50,000 subs like hot knife through butter. Exactly. We were able to create emojis. I hired an editor to help me with logos and editing, and I'm still scrambling to keep up with the channel's demands. And it's just been one thing after another. But what can I tell you? It's been a wild ride. 6 months ago, I had no idea. None. Never had an idea. Never would have had a thought that this activity would ever be here. And I don't know if the shares go from 170 right now, 172, to $500 a share to $700 a share. Will this channel go to 250,000 subs? Will I add 3,000 new members? Will I have 8 people every Saturday and Sunday want to spend an hour with me at $400 an hour? I mean, I don't know how much I can handle. I know I can't handle that. I couldn't handle it. I might have to even stop the consultations just to get a break. There's only so much I can do. I don't know. I mean, it's exciting. I want you to become absolutely loaded rich. That's what I want for you guys, because your generosity to me is incredible, and I'm just so grateful for that. So yeah, I want your GameStop to go. I want your SPACs to go, because I expect this channel to grow dramatically as your SPACs take off. Because there's a lot of people out there who are sitting back with their arms folded going, well, let's see how good this guy is. Let's see if he's any good at picking stocks for us. I'll buy some of his SPACs, but he's got to prove himself. And so I'm just waiting for the SPACs to go through their motions, and let's go from there. I'm excited, and I'm grateful, and I'm blown away, and my relatives can't believe it, and my friends of mine, they can't believe it. What can I say? And so I love doing this. Joe Olivia, Uncle Bruce, TD Ameritrade put on an article They put out an article stating that there are 11 million shares short on GameStop, putting it at 15.7% short interest. Do those numbers seem low to you? Those could be the actual numbers that the New York Stock Exchange is aware of. So those could be declared short positions. That could be legit. It's the artificial, undeclared short positions that we talk about all the time. I know that on the first video I did last June, I talked about this. Declared shorts were 70 million. Now they're 11 or something like that. But the undeclared and synthetic shorts, that's the one that we're following the most. That's the one that is preventing the stock from going back to $50 a share, $20 a share, 130 a share. There's likely 150 plus million shares over and above the 70 million out there that are that are short-ish, but not declared short-ish. That's the factor we're talking about here, I think. This is so good. 171 on GameStop. $170.75 for the low. We just touched it, and it just started eating my bagel. So let's just see what happens while I'm having my bagel. Could we have a bounce back up again while I'm chopping on this? We'll see in a minute. Anyway, Joe, this stock, in my opinion, with all the nonsense going on out there, failure to deliver, naked option writing up the wazoo, there could be 1 billion shares of GameStop represented out there between the markets and the derivatives markets that are off market. There is so much pent up potential for this stock to just take off on technical reasons. And on top of everything else, you've got Ryan Cohen and his group over there transforming this company completely transforming this company to an e-commerce powerhouse company. All bets are off as to how high the stock could go. I'm certain of it. I have so much fun doing one-on-one sessions. Some of you out there have dug up some of the most incredible due diligence that you shared with me. What I see just makes my head shake and go, oh my God, I cannot believe this stock isn't already at 450 a share. I can't believe it's not already there. It's 171.47. Unbelievable. I wake up every morning and I look at my my phone to see the pre-market. And I'm expecting to see it up 20, 30 bucks every morning. That's the new normal for me with GameStop. That I wake up tomorrow morning, it's 200 a share. I wake up a few days later, it's 250 a share. I wake up a few days later, it's 285 a share. Just normal. Because when this thing goes, and it will go, it will be something. You thought January was something? You thought January was pretty good? You haven't seen anything yet. No, this company has these shares here have some real upside potential because there are way too many shares floating around out there that shouldn't be out there, and they have to be picked up again. They have to be bought back. There is a reckoning coming. The reckoning day is coming, and when that happens, it will be violent, fast, and people on CNBC will go, "What's going on? We don't know what's happening." Yeah, of course not. They don't know a dang thing about what's going on. We're going to have a lot of fun here. It's going to be fun. Bruce, you are the captain of the new investment cruise line with a new approach and new destinations. More power, Scotty. We need more drive. Bruce is quantum. We don't expect you to eat a bagel. We require it to happen. 171.44 on the stock right now. Thank you, everybody. 11 my bagels. So good. What a life. Quant is the new nerd. Bagel Crew. Breakfast with Bruce. We have to drive through Utah to get to California. Oh, yeah. Butter. Butter. Let's see here. Bruce, and you have a buzzer now. That's right. I have.
That was easy.
I have that one. I got that one. Oh, I got buzzers.
That was easy.
Oh, yeah. It's been quite a ride, hasn't it, Tim? It's been unbelievable. Rock on. Now, see here, talent's priceless. We came for the stocks and stayed for Bruce and Jen and Bruce bagel updates. 171.64. Come on. Having a great time. Loving it. So grateful to be able to do this in the middle of a pandemic. Priceless. Dan Hammer. Man, Dan, thank you. You have got the #1 donation of the day for sure here. Thank you so much. You've gotten a lot of crap over the last few months for sharing your opinion, but I respect you, Bruce. I don't think people realize how hard it is to do what you do and succeed. Well, Dan, I appreciate this. These donations, they make all the difference. The amount of advertising that I generate on my videos is not very much. Some of you are complaining, and I understand. I hear you. You'll watch one of my 30-minute small sections of a show and go, there's like 8 ads in that thing. Well, YouTube is trying to make their money. They take 45% off the top for ads. I only get 55% of ad revenue. So when I get a donation like this just blows the ad number out of the water. I mean, it just completely makes the day a whole different thing. So this is why I make such a big deal about donations to this channel. They mean everything. The more money comes in from this than anything else we do. It's incredible. Although the memberships help because it sort of steadies things out. And I thank all of you for keeping Jen and I going. You guys are incredible. Thank you so much. That red is cute, isn't it? I love the color of that red. Bruce. Nice, Dan Hammer. Thank you, Dan, again. Really appreciate it, Dan. I do appreciate it. He's been speaking sense. They only like nonsense. Power to the players. Red is cute. Dan the man. Nice, Dan. We like the Bruce. Thank you, everybody. Found you on February the 1st and have watched as well as liked every video since. Your knowledge is very valuable. Thank you. Who cares? Appreciate it. Love that, Dan Hammer. Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, dear. Anybody want to outdo Dan? Knock yourself out. Oh, my gosh. Thank you. The drinking game hasn't even started yet. Dan. Dan Hammer. Do I hear 101? Oh, my gosh. Thank you, everybody. I had my McMuffin an hour ago. I love those McMuffins from McDonald's. Bacon and egg McMuffins. Oh, Jen and I love going to breakfast McDonald's. We do. Multiplicity. Great movie. Wow. Those add up. It's incredible. It's incredible. But it's another hour taken away from my time off. And sometimes you just have to stop and back off. But anyway, If any of you want a session this weekend, I might have an opening or two in case any of you want in. Let me know. Mm. 172.54 coming up. Is it at all possible some of these artificial shares are legitimized? Well, in theory, if the company were to issue more stock from its treasury for cash, that would put more shares into the system, which gives the shorters more stocks to try to buy to cover their positions. But it puts a bunch of money in the company's treasury. At say $200 a share, they were to issue 1 million shares, that's 200 million more money in their bank account. If they issued 10 million shares, it's 2 billion more in their bank account. The company would have almost 3 billion cash on hand. But with only 75 million shares outstanding, because that's how many would be at that point. Well, not even that. No, that would be 83 million outstanding. Excuse me. 80 odd million shares outstanding, 2 billion cash in the bank. That's $25 a share cash on hand per share. Actually at 3 billion it would be more. It would be almost $30 a share in cash. Yeah, I mean, the more money they raise, the more valuable the company gets because it's cash on hand, which allows them more possibilities to expand their business, take out competitors, buy cash flow, buy earnings, buy sales, enter geographical areas by just buying their way in. Look, these guys want to raise, want to issue 20-something million shares at 500 a share, 28 million shares. Bring in $14 billion cash, they'd be sitting on $15 billion with $100 million outstanding. That's $150 a share in cash in their bank account. Stock's at 172 right now. I mean, you think about that. You'll never go down to this level ever again. I mean, they issue stock at 500 a share. It's going to stay there with that kind of 150 in cash with 350 enterprise value. Yeah, I'm not going anywhere. Totally transformed this company. So in a way, to issue a fraction of the shares that the street is short would so cash fund this company that the shares would go much, much higher, making all of you millionaires or 100,000aires or something compared to where you are now. So think about that. Anyway, new to the trade game. Thanks for putting it in plain English. It's there. Is there a place to find a timeline for on your SPAC list? There is no way to give you a timeline. I can't give you one. I don't know of one. There isn't one. Each SPAC is its own unique deal under its own unique time frame, and I can't tell you when they're going to go down. It's about 30 days from now for most of them, but that's all I can tell you because that's all I know. GameStop 172.57. Well, stock runs with Bruce. You don't want or expect it to go just as fast or crazy as in January, do you? Needs a bit more sustainable to keep the price high. Well, I can tell you this. I would bet you that pretty well every one of those people on CNBC would have taken your bet. Where if you'd have bet those guys that, hey, after the shares go down from the January high and they're going to come back up again, they're going to hang around 150 to 180 to 200 for a long, long time, for a good couple of months. They'd have thought you were nuts. They were saying, no way, this stock's going back to $10 a share. It's all a sham. It didn't happen, did it? You'd be making a lot of money off of all those folks. Look at what the stock is hanging around here. Down $6 to 172.48. Is this a disaster? I don't think so compared to what it is. He's my quant. What's that smell? I think it's opportunity. I think it's an opportunity smell. It's my hunch. Thank you, everybody. Do they allow bagels in Utah? Jake, Stock Market Bruce, loving the ongoing amazing content, down-to-earth attitudes you represent. Thank you so much. Just an update like once a month, maybe. It all depends on what service you're watching for these counts. Okay? That was easy.
That was easy.
Oh, yeah. Josh, my AMC puts are looking nice right now. Sorry, everyone. I need money. $10.45 on AMC. Oh, man. Down 40 cents. Started up a little bit. Can't hold it. Now going down. Boy. 13.2 million traded too. There's no recovery buy wave coming in here. Nothing. Boy, oh boy. Oh my. Okay. Walter, with your 125 years of experience in trading, how sure are you that hedge funds have not covered yet, in your opinion? There's no way they've covered. There's no way. If they've they may have repositioned themselves. They've repositioned themselves where they've gone out of declared shorts, gotten into call options, like gotten into writing calls, playing with puts. They are still negative on the stock, but they're negative through other means. And if the hedge funds were all covered up and they were all done, and there was no more support from short buyers for the stock in any way, shape, or form, this would be back to $20-30 a share. That's where it would be. But it's just not going there. It's not happening. Not happening. Alrighty, let's see what's going on here. I'm so happy to see ads to support Bruce through, so no ad blocker. Those of you out there, if you want to avoid ads on my channel, you can do that by buying a premium membership on YouTube through YouTube. They have that, premium thing that's what, $10 a month or something like that. Depends on where you live. And you don't get ads. You get a streaming music service and other goodies. You can watch me ad free all you want. And then I get a percentage of the money that you give YouTube. The funny thing is, all of you out there who are buying the premium for YouTube to avoid ads, you're not hurting me, you're helping me. I make more money from you than folks who don't have premium, because you guys are watching. Every minute that you watch with me is the meter is running inside the YouTube computers, and they're calculating how many minutes Bruce gets of all the minutes you are watching YouTube. So if you're watching YouTube, say 1,000 minutes in a month, I'm just making up a number, and I get a tenth of your watch time, 100 minutes of the 1,000, or 1,000 of 10,000, whatever it is. I get 1/10 of the money you give YouTube from the percentage payout. So I think it's 55% of the money they get, they hand out to creators. So I would get you pay 10, you give them $10, $5.50 is available to creators. I get a tenth of your money. That's 55 cents. I get 55 cents of your $5.50 every month if you're watching my channel 1/10 of the time you're watching YouTube. Again, this is just examples. Multiplied by how many of you are out there. But if you were to watch my videos as a viewer, just as a member or just as a non-member, I only get 55% of the ad revenue that they get from any ad you watch. That's not as juicy as the other one. It's about double or triple, actually. So I make double or triple the amount of money to me from premium members who are paying $10 a month not to get ads. So if all of you got a premium membership with YouTube, YouTube would love you. And you're all watching me 10 or 20 or 30% of the time you're on YouTube, I would make more money. So thank you very much, everybody, for not watching ads on YouTube and helping me get richer. I am loving it. Okay, there you go. I leave for 40 minutes. This is what happens. Thank you to Bin Vo, new member of this channel. I think that's our fourth member today. Thank you so much, Bin, for coming in here and joining us. This is beautiful. Do they have a steak bagel at McDonald's? They took that sandwich away in Jersey. I don't know if they still do. Cesar, Bruce, you are the bee's knees, man. Thank you so much, Cesar. Appreciate you and the donation. I do appreciate it very, very much. Beautiful, guys. Thank you. And all of your comments. It's just, I can't, I have trouble keeping up on them all. We are at 171.98. We didn't really move the market, did we? Got to 172 for a bit. Maybe we're building a bit of a bottom here. Volume on GameStop, 1.2 million shares. Low of the day, 170.75. Right now, 170.89. About $1.10, 15 above the low. AMC, unfortunately, 10.48. Boy, oh boy, that is in trouble. Down 37 more cents. Not looking good. And Microvision, down 259 to 18.40. Not looking good on 27 million shares. That is over. That promo is done. Fifth Wall acquisition up 2 cents. Vector is up a penny. NavSite unchanged. Social Capital IPOE unfortunately down 54 cents. What happened? Did I say something? It's at 1701. This might be your buying opportunity for IPOE. Gore's Holdings down 37 cents. It's a bargain. The Dow's down 11 points. Maybe that's what's going on. Gore's down 32 cents on sale too. VGAC down a penny. Starboard down 2 pennies. Fortress up 2 cents. Vanik Vectors up 24 cents. Home Depot up $4. International Business Machines up 35 cents. The Dow down 11 points. Microsoft down 445, now at $250. Still under pressure. Apple up 41 cents to $133.99. Profit taking coming in, I guess. Tesla down $11, $6.83. Bargains are showing up. Bed Bath & Beyond down 43 cents to $25.78. BlackBerry down 15 cents to $9.15. Cruise lines. Royal Caribbean actually gone negative, down 99 cents. The financials are out, and they're not looking good. Carnival up 16 cents. Norwegian up 72. Watch those cruise stocks, you guys. You got to be careful. The cruise stocks are trading on emotion. They're not trading on fundamentals, and they're all overpriced. I hate to tell you, but I'm telling you, do not be looking to buy cruise stocks to double your money. Not going to happen. These guys are going to bleed billions more this year, and they'll be lucky to break even next year. These shares are fundamentally at least 50% overpriced. They should be 50% lower than where they are, at least on a fundamental basis. But sometimes that doesn't work. Anyway, that's right. So where it is, that's what's going on. People talking about CNBC for some reason. I don't know why. What can I say? McDonald's shouldn't have removed that steak bagel, you know. Interesting. Sitting Bull is saying here that have you voted your proxy? GameStop in their proxy letter stated stockholders are urged to submit their blue proxy cards without delay. A prompt response will be greatly appreciated. Okay. I'm so sick of this manipulation. Caesar, you are the bee's knees, man. I woke up to a red screen today. Everything's down. Bruce is the only person that has ever gotten me to pay anything to YouTube. Thank you for your support. I do appreciate it. If nothing, I say thank you as a lot. GameStop 172.37 right now. CNBC has really changed their narrative with GameStop. Good or bad or what? I don't know. What are your thoughts, people? I still think that they're snickering at it. I'm not impressed with these guys. I have high anxiety that gets me badly triggered by silence. I have YouTube on constantly. Y'all want to see me do a cartwheel? Oops, I lost my hat. People actually watch CNBC. Oh, man. Let's see. CNBC laughing out loud. Let's see. Is a joker... ready. Yeah, observe. I didn't know it was even a thing until early February. Watching CNBC for financial news is like reading Facebook for news. 1.26 million. I think that's the volume of the stock. CNBC is at the end of the line, thinking they're getting into the hottest club tonight. I doubled my money on Norwegian, but I bought in March and already sold. Right. I turned my mother upside down. If I turn my monitor upside down, I'm having a green day. I voted. Let's see. I'm with Ameritrade. No Proxy yet, says Ona. CNBC should be charged with market manipulation by publishing phony articles intended to tank legitimate companies. Sometimes I watch Fox News just to see what's going on. I voted. I didn't plan to agree with anyone today. Glad I have Ethereum. I know it'll hit 10,000. Let's see. Here we go. I thought short positions didn't have to be declared by hedge funds. Could Melvin still owe someone GameStop shares? I don't know. I don't know what happened there. I don't know what the deal is on it. Someday we'll find out. GameStop 172.80, up $2 from the low of the day. 1.2 million shares traded. In the airport, they watch CNN. I'm still trying to get my proxy number to vote for GameStop from my broker. I call and they say it's coming. It's coming. De Blasio foresees full reopening of New York City by July 1. I believe you're actually Ryan Cohen. Take that mask off, Bruce. How and where do I vote? Yeah, you're going to need to get your hand on a proxy, and I don't know how to do that for you. You got to contact your broker, though. Probably the best thing to do is contact your brokerage firm, whatever you need to do. 172.75 down 583 on GameStop. $2 above the low of the day. AMC 1049 under pressure. The Dow now up 1 point. Has it bottomed out or what? It's now up 5.5. S&P up 12. NASDAQ up 9.8. The markets have given up a lot of gains this morning. Is it temporary? What's going to happen? We don't know. Bruce, GameStop hasn't quieted down a bit recently. Do you think we will have a massive squeeze potential with it holding between 150.75 for the past few weeks? Anything can happen on this stock at any time to take it higher. As far as taking it lower, it has to be attacked by short sellers because the investors of this company are now so wide and diverse globally. They have small amounts each. There's no one person with like millions and millions of shares dying to get out. It's millions of investors with small amounts that are really holding it. And at 173.25, you'll get these down dips, and then you'll get these relentless marches back up. And every dip seems to create another 500, 300, 700 new buyers that just buy in because they want in on cheaper prices. And any corporate news coming out can be a catalyst to take the stock to another level. I'm just convinced. I just have this inner gut feeling that there are like a million investors out there who follow GameStop all the time, and that at any moment in time, 1 million people could each want 10 shares each on average. Some will want 1, 4, 8, 10, 15, 18, 20, 200, 400. It'll all average out. 10 million shares of buying are ready to strike on GameStop given the news they want to hear. And I think the first piece of news we want to hear, the new CEO. The second news we want to hear, first quarter financial results. Third thing we want to hear, a shareholder meeting where Ryan Cohen is the chairman of the board. Those are the three big things that I know we're waiting for. Now, there could be more, like failure to deliver rules have been dramatically changed out, and you got to cover up your positions. A restriction on naked short selling on stocks, naked option writing on stocks based on how many shares are outstanding. There could be limitations placed on short selling activity. Anything like that would then bring in 50 million buyers of 10 million shares apiece, and 500 million shares of volume into the stock in 2 or 3 days, and it's $600-800 a share because there just is no paper available to stop the wave that would come in. So this stock is a firecracker, and it's all set up. We just need to light the match and hit the fuse. That's my opinion on GameStop. I could be wrong, but that's my opinion. Are you impressed with the resistance? There is no resistance. There is no resistance. Hey, Bruce, thanks for keeping us informed. Have a great day. Thank you. No resistance. Is there any chance you could look at RYCEY? I'm sure people are annoyed that I keep asking. I believe in it, but I'd like an expert opinion. RYCEY. What is it? What is RYCEY? Let's see. No, that's the wrong quote. Let's try again. RYCEY. This sounds to me like a penny stock, but I mean I could be wrong. Hey, I've been wrong. RYCEY. No, it's Rolls-Royce Holdings. Okay, Rolls-Royce ADR. Sorry, Rolls-Royce. Okay, it's 146. We've talked about this before. Rolls-Royce at 146. The low 50, the high 350. It's trading in is that dollars? Over the counter US. Yes, OTC USA, trading in dollars. Well, like I say, there's a company that's not making money right now. I don't know. I don't have anything good to say about it. I cannot tell anyone to buy this stuff. Jet engines. The hope is that for jet engines, there will be a recovery because of the economy recovering. But, these guys are probably carrying so much debt on their books, they might likely have had to be bailed out by government. I don't know. I don't know the story of this company deeply. I just know of the name. I know of the past, but I don't know the future of this company. And so you're on your own, the wild side. Good luck to you. I'm not going to tell you to buy it. I'm not going to tell you to sell it because I don't know what to tell you. That's what I'm saying. Has anyone got their proxy from Ameritrade? How are the options different from the futures? Options are on stock. Futures are on commodities. I turned my mother upside down. I have to redefine my commentary now that Bruce is on it. I have to redefine my, okay. Fidelity, it says next week, Monday, Wednesdays, but no one knows really about when these are coming out. I let premium expire and still no ads so far. Colin, Bruce removes the Ryan Cohen mask and says, I would have made it if it weren't for you pesky kids. There it is. Let's see. I called TD about the proxy. Their proxy company hasn't released them yet, but they told me by Friday. Okay. Barry, where have you been, Barry? This came out last night. Wake up, man. Get a coffee. Join the rest of us. They were very positive. Barry, where have you been, man? Lance, I was just leaving your channel when I wasn't home, so you'd get paid. Thank you very much. Well, thank you, Lance. Running my channel because you're a premium member. You're just letting it run. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you, everybody. That's great. Colin, Ryan Cohen removes the Bruce Max, says, I would have made it without you pesky kids. Yes, I had that backwards before. Time to go back up. Apologies. Thanks, Bruce. It's all good. It's all good. Let's see. What else is going on? I got my control number 3 days ago. Let's see. Come on, man. About two more. 172.26. Right now, 173.30. Hoo-hoo! Yeah. Yeah. What can I say? I've offered my services as CEO. The lady on the other end said, sir, this is a Wendy's, then came back on the line and said, please hold. That was Canadian. I'm extremely satisfied with the resistance levels raising every week. I don't care about the squeeze, honestly. I have 104 shares. Thank you, Bruce, for your expertise. Thank you. Whew. I've never really watched the stocks till GameStop. How does it go from a wildfire with 50 million shares traded to a day with a snail's pace? Well, it's news and it's hype and it's it's pressure. Right now, the market is used to the fact that the stocks around this price. There was a time last summer, if you'd have said, "Oh yeah, we'll be watching GameStop at 173 and we're going to be bored out of our minds," someone would have said to you, "What? Stock's trading at $4 a share? What are you talking about trading 173? Get back in your cage. What are you talking about?" Things change, and we get used to the new normal. And right now, we're into a new normal. That's it. That's all there is. Actually, me buying PC-based stuff for my gateway computer with a 1G hard drive and the first Intel Pentium chip in the early 2000s, laugh out loud, is a whole new gaming world. GameStop is the way forward. Bruce, thanks for everything. Curious what you think about MRK dipping due to missed earnings today. That's at Merck. Yeah, I don't have any opinion on Merck. I don't know the company well. There are companies that make it. Sometimes they don't deliver. Thank you for your endurance, Mr. Bruce. Thank you, D. Great. The floor is constantly raising. These hedge funds are going to fill up to their ears. Got to trim. Let's see. I shaved my beard off once, and my daughter said I looked like a thumb. I grew it back permanently. Oh, man, I don't know. Where are we at now? 41-point gain on the Dow, so that's popping back up a bit. S&P up 16, NASDAQ up 22, oil up 88 cents a barrel. And GameStop 173.39 right now, down 5.19. We're not doing much of anything, kids. 10.50 on AMC, down a little bit. Vector up 7 cents, 10.59. Navsite up a penny. IPOE down 38 cents. Gorse down 24. VGAC down a penny. Starboard down 2. Fortress down 1. Vanik Vectors down 48 cents. Sorry, Vanik. The Home Depot up $4. International Business Machines up 27. Microsoft down 4.77. Apple up 83 cents. Tesla down $10 to 6.84. That's what we got going on, guys. We have some mixed markets here. This is what we're watching right now, and it's where we're at right now. And you've got to pick your spots where you want to get in, how you want to get in, how long you want to wait around. Facebook up 18.20 to 30.25. CNBC showing it. Having a good day, holding the good day, and that is the winner right now. What can I say? Anyway, I just thought about how Ryan Cohen must have a serious personal security detail. Anyway, I'll see you at the close, Bruce. Have a good nap. Thank you guys so much. Let's see. I'm going to toast my bagel. Someone watch for the stock for me while I'm gone. Do you think that PFE will take off after earnings? PFE. Is that Pfizer? I don't know. I don't know what will happen. Do you think George will remain on the board? He is for now until he's replaced. Then we'll see. It could be that the new CEO replaces Sherman on the board, and you have a replacement CEO on the board now. eBay is going to be an interesting stock to watch. The earnings are up, but the stock's down. A speculation that the earnings per share price will be down. Looks like a nice long-term sleeper. Dan Elwad, Rolls-Royce. Yeah, no, nothing to say on Rolls-Royce. Don't know what to tell you. Just because you could be a millionaire doesn't mean there is potential. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. Right. Let's see. Wally's World. That was the one I was really waiting for. Colin, I've had that similar experience with my not so younger daughter, but thumb would have been a compliment. You look like a giant thumb. Oh my gosh. Oh my. Thank you, everybody. 173.85. A little better. Kinda. No news on GameStop. Not that I can see here. Let's take a look at winners and losers right now. Okay. Continuing on here for the Dow. The best gainers on the Dow right now: Nike, Dow Chemical, Home Depot, United Health, JP Morgan. Losers for the Dow: Merck, Caterpillar, Amgen, Microsoft, Salesforce. Very interesting how that's working out. S&P 500, the winners: Facebook, LKQ, Generic Holdings, Northrop Grumman, DXC Technologies. Losers on S&P: eBay, down 11.3%. Citrix, Ford Motor, down 9%, by the way. PTC and Hologic Inc. All right. NASDAQ, big winners: Facebook up 6%, Qualcomm, Comcast, Charter Communication, Kraft Heinz. Losers: eBay, Peloton down 4.4%, Altazian, DocuSign, and Pinduodo is the loser at 2.7% at the moment. That's what we have on these markets, guys. We're looking at the Dow up 32 points, S&P up 14. We've got NASDAQ up 14 as well. And Russell down 5 points. VIX at 1759, up 0.31. So that's climbing a little bit as we are rolling along here. That is it there. Not much more to tell you. I want to say thank you for 1,500 thumbs ups for this show. Appreciate that very much. Still 1,700 of you watching me right now. I appreciate the loyalty of the show. And only 86 thumbs down. That's hanging in there, I guess. Thank you, everybody, for all of this loyalty you're showing the channel. And the new members, thank you. The new members who've come in here, just fantastic. Please consider subscribing if you haven't already to the channel. Appreciate that. Thank you, everybody. What else is going on? Not much. 173.23. That's where we're at right now. Thank you, everybody. It's 1,500 thumbs ups and counting. Yeah, that's that. That's not much more. This afternoon, I'm on at 3 o'clock. We'll be on 1 hour before the close, and we'll see how that goes in the hour after the market. Any more news coming out, we'll follow it to see what's going on. It's one of those mornings where it looked to me like, whoa, we were just going to go to the moon this morning for the big market, with all the markets up substantially. The first 10 minutes looked awesome. Unfortunately, every stock index has backed off dramatically from this morning's euphoric rise, with the Dow having been up almost 200 points, I think. Now up only 27. The S&P up 13.9 and NASDAQ up 13.3. Oil holding at up 83 cents a barrel. It's the one commodity hanging on. Don't know what to tell you. We'll see what's going on. No idea what this means. Bruce, can you explain what it means that GameStop's MACD just crossed? No idea. Let's see. Thanks, everybody, from John. You'll be disappointed if I make a show. Okay. See you guys for Amazon's earnings. That's true. 1.3 million shares. Is that all for a GameStop? Volume on GameStop is, 1.37 million shares. Incredibly light, really light. This is like no shows. Very quiet today. But that's what happens with some of these stocks sometimes. AMC, unfortunately, down 40 cents to 10.45, within 4 cents of its low of the day. 15.3 million. It, too, is not having a good time right now. Not doing well. IPOE down 53 cents to 17.02. It was 18 on the pre-market this morning. $18 on the pre-market, now 17.02 here. It's a buy. It's definitely a buy. Gore's Holdings, 13.45. Bouncing back from a 13.11 low, so a 34-cent gain there on 138,000 shares. That's what we got. That's all we got. Nothing more than that. That's what we got. Intel still holding 17-cent gain. Micron up 44 cents a share. But I'll tell you, DoorDash down $7. Airbnb down $4.50. Workday down $5.70. DraftKings down $2. Snowflake down $5. Netflix down $3.70. Some of these shares are taking a hit. eBay down $7. So if they're down, they're down. Tesla down $12.38 to $6.82. Microsoft down $5 to $2.49. So they're getting a hit here and there. GameStop down $4.58 to $174 now. GameStop is actually climbing to be back to $174. That is an improvement from the low of the day of $170.75, a $3.25 gain on GameStop. It is almost halfway back from the loss of the day, 174.24. So GameStop quickly coming back on right now with a little bit of a pop here. Hopefully it'll get into the 175.76 range and maybe take a shot at coming back to 180. We'll see. 174.24. 174.24 on GameStop. And there you go, guys. That is the story from here today here in Creston. Thank you again for joining me today, hanging out with me this morning for the first 3 hours. Join me for the last hour at 3 o'clock this afternoon and the first hour of the aftermarket. We'll watch for Amazon's earnings. We'll keep an eye on that. We'll see how our stocks do. GameStop right now, 174.55, getting a little better. Down only $4 on the day now. 174.69, another pop higher. down now 389. This is a $4 jump from this morning's low. So the stock actually has gone higher. It's gained over half of its loss since the loss. So it was down about $8+. It's now only down 370 at 174.80 on 1.4 million shares. No volume, but it is now improving to 174.80, 174.84 even for a moment. And we'll see if it wants to take a shot at 175. Is there much of a resistance level there? Or will it go through there like hot knife through some warm butter? Is that what's going to happen? We're going to find out. Thank you for ordering my merchandise from Redbubble. Thank you for these orders over here. You can see these items up here and the logo over there. They're coming in. I've got a bunch of stuff ordered from Redbubble. I'm really happy. 175.18. We just broke 175 on GameStop. That's the highest level since the first thing this morning. The first 20 minutes. We're now back to the levels of the first 20 minutes when we began to swoon as we were coming back the other direction smartly. Volumes, however, are extremely quiet at 1.43 million shares right now on GameStop. So there we are, 175. How about that? Anybody picked this up this morning at 171, 172? Way to go, you guys. Another dip today. Beautifully done. Slow day today. Yay, 175. Uncle Bruce, please clip the segment earlier where you covered your history with GameStop. Today, I would like to share. It's awesome hearing you, not just you, but also Jen's commentary in the background. There are definitely going to be 30-minute segments released for the first hour and a half of the show. And I'm wondering, will the GameStop segment be in there? I'll talk to my editor about that and see what we can put together. 175.68 on GameStop. It's now down only $2.90 a share. Coming on quickly. Great. Yeah, come on, baby. We'll take it. I bought another $50. Not much, but every bit helps. There you go. 175.48 on GameStop. The AMC at 10.47, down 38 cents. The Dow up 38 points. S&P up 14. NASDAQ up 13 right now. And 175.76 on GameStop. Looks like another shot. Maybe 176 is in the future here. 175 was nothing, like butter, like hot knife through butter. It didn't exist. 175 resistance was not there. 175.50. Will we break through 176 and move back to break even? We are closing in on it. We'll see if it has any momentum to do it as we finish off this morning's show, everybody. Thank you so much for being with me today. 175.97, getting ready for 176. Is it going to happen? Like butter, is it going to happen? We're watching. We're right there. Is it going to do it? Let's see. Come on, GameStop. 175.66. Right at the line. Right to the line. What is this stock wanting to do? 175, 176.07. We just hit it. We just went through 176 like a hot knife through soft butter. It's been done. 176 has been breached already. It is getting better and more better and more better here. Yes, indeed. Don't be fooled by this 175 price. These are old prints. It's gone through 176. Very, very good. It's going through. Now the question is, how much upside from here do we have? Are we going to see a break even on the day here or what? It is going through. Thank you. Anyway, there you go. Oh, yeah, I think it would be fitting to buy a PS5 with my winnings from the GameStop casino. I'm having a bagel, so you're welcome. There you go, Colin. Thanks for calling. You're making it go up here. We appreciate it. Everyone's helping out with their bagel buying, bagel munching. Wally, do you know John Boy and Jake on your YouTube? Fun Canadians, just like you. Nope, I don't. I don't watch as much as I used to because I'm on it all the time. What can I say? Clip to the Discord also, says J Ray. 175.58. Will it take a shot through 76 and 77? Can do it at any time. It wouldn't take much. Bagels and sushi. Oh my gosh. Cav, morning, y'all. End of the day, John Van says 178.34. Sideways turd day. See you guys this afternoon. Need to get on to preparing for tonight's neighborhood meeting. Have a great one. Thank you, Rabbit. Yes, indeed. Do you remember poutine? Oh, I love poutine. Still love it. Always love it. Fantastic. Anyway, there you go. Yes, indeed. 175.30. That's where we're at. Okay, there you go. Okay. Thank you everybody for being here today. 1,500 thumbs ups and counting on the show. Thank you for the thumbs ups, everybody. Appreciate those very much. Every bit helps. We've got quite a bit of exposure because of that from YouTube, and I appreciate that very much, everybody. Hopefully more people will find the channel because of your efforts to help promote my channel. Thank you to the 4 or 5 new people that joined the channel this morning, new members. Love that. Tremendous support. Brandon C. and Bing Vo, Christian Valazquez, Andrio Matos is back, and Travis Cameron. Thank you guys for your joining this channel. I do appreciate it very, very much. 175.44 on GameStop right now. And yeah, 1,600 thumbs up still coming in. Thank you. Very good. And I will see you today at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And we'll see what's going on with our stocks there. See what we can do about what's happening. We have a local place here that makes a poutine burger. Oh my gosh. GameStop's ready to launch. Fabulous. The poutine in Canada is almost as delicious as their altruism. Uncle Bruce, do your vocal cords have to adjust to the growth of the channel? Yeah, well, at the first couple of days they were sore, and now you get used to talking all the time. It's crazy. It's amazing how the body works. I do the best I can. Fries with cheese curds and gravy. Well done, fries. I need a mask, a passport, and a spotless record. I need a passport, a mask, and poutine. Poutine burger. Poutine burger. I'm moving to Creston. Rock. Thanks again for a great show, Uncle Bruce. Have a good day, folks. Indeed. 175.01 on GameStop. We'll keep watching them. All right, guys. That's it for now. I'll talk to you later. Thank you for being here. See me at 3 o'clock this afternoon. We'll do 2 more hours and see what's going on. In the meantime, take care and bye for now.